Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Erasmus Expeditions. We are here this evening with a game that was meant to play about a month ago, but has to be postponed. But we are here all the same. This is going to be our third playtest of the Aces Out system, which I will talk about a little bit more here in just a second. Tonight we are playing a game called City of Angels. This is a one-shot that is going to take place in Los Angeles in the 1920s with a little bit of a supernatural twist on it. I'm really, really excited to finally be getting to this game. This is something that I did my steeping and such for a month ago. So I've been looking forward to it for at least that long. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally be bringing this out to the public. So I'm going to go ahead and preface this game the same way that I preface all of my games, and that is, if foul language and mature subject matter are things that bother you, then turn around, Columbus. You have found yourself lost, and you need to go elsewhere. But if those things do not bother you, then you're in the right place. LA is a perfect fit for you in the 1920s. You scumbag. What else? Oh, we'll go over how to set up the deck, because this game is played with a deck of playing cards. And we'll go over that before we begin. What else? Oh, I would like to say a special thank you to the support of this game's sponsor, Josh Law, from StrengthMod.com. Aside from designing this game, Aces Out, and other game design efforts that he is putting forth, Josh is also building a platform for game designers and game masters to be able to connect with one another, with people who have like minds, in a safe space. So be sure to check out the link to strengthmod.com down in the description of this video for more details. I'm going to introduce my players now so that they can tell you what they have going on, where you might be able to find them on the internet. Anybody who mentions the channel, you should be able to find the link for that in the video description down below. And if it's not there, then just type a comment yelling at me and I will try to correct the error. But we're going to go ahead and start with Mike.
Hello, my name is Michael. I cannot be found on the internet. And I'm a part
True.
of Jeremy's home game. He lives a street away. We've been friends for, I don't know, 20 something, 25 years. Wow. And it's just a pleasure to be invited. I love your games. I love hanging out. It's been a while since I've been on the channel, but I'm looking forward to playing with the deck of cards, because I have not experienced a game that does that. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Lots of love. I'm always happy whenever I'm able to get you on the channel. It has been a little while. But yeah, anybody who has been here for a while has seen Mike in On the Rise. He was in that campaign, as well as a couple of the Halo one-shots that are here on the channel. So yeah, happy to have you back, Mike. And yeah, the cards thing is really interesting. It's a different kind of approach, but it works, and it somehow it kind of helps to fit this theme, the spy agent theme. So yeah, eager to hear your thoughts afterwards, because you and I get to talk shop a lot, so I'm very spoiled. All right, speaking of, I'm so very spoiled. Next up is Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason Smith. I'm just happy to be playing Aces Out again. This is my second time on Jeremy's stream playing this, play testing this game. Last time was the Carmen Sandiego one, and we had just an absolute blast. The cards worked out pretty great. I'm anxious to see how they're going to play out tonight. Playing a failed private eye named Guy Noir, and we'll see what kind of shenanigans we can get up on. All right.
Yeah, man, as always, happy to have you back on the channel, Jason. And again, it'll be nice to have at least one person who has played in more than one of the playtests, just to have that perspective of how the game works, and the way the rules are applied or not, and whether or not it captures different genres well. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to run these very different iterations, to kind of see how I could stress test the rules. So far I've been very, very pleased, but very happy to have you back, man. Speaking of happy to have back, next is Kaeryn.
Hello, everyone. It's Kaeryn. I'm also known as Myth and Gears. Where can you find me? You can find me right here on this channel. This is where I spend a lot of time. If not here, then Mini Terrain Domain. Got some stuff going on over there. Tonight, I get to play Clara Buchanan, and I'm pretty excited to give this game a run and see how it's like to play. So I got to see part of that Carmen Sandiego game, and it sounded like a hoot. So I wanted to get in get in on one myself. So here I am, and I cannot wait.
So many puns.
Thank you, Kaeryn. Yeah, always glad to have you in my games. I'm happy that you were able to make it as well. You and I also get to talk about gaming a lot, and I'm very fortunate in that. So it'll be good to also pick your brain afterwards and see what you think. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really eager to see how this plans out, and yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, speaking of so excited, last but certainly not least, we have Paul.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul. I'm also known as the Raven Rolls. You can find me, though I'm not streaming much, on Twitch, Twitter. I post a few things there. I'm on various Twitter games, the Twitch games right now, but things have been a little busy. As of last week, I have a 4-month-old. And he's taking up a lot of my time, as opposed to, in addition to moving just a few weeks ago, a bigger place, a lot more room, everything. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess back down that way. And yeah, I haven't had a chance to sort out. This is actually my first game in this place. So good thing I got everything working. The camera and the internet weren't working as of like an hour or two ago. So I got that going. And yeah, I played in a few of Jeremy's games. Are always a lot of fun if you haven't seen them or played in them. And I can't wait to try this. I don't think I've ever played a game that doesn't use dice. So this will be a fun experience, and got a nice special deck, with a Plague Doctor theme. So we'll see if it gives me any luck, which anyone who's seen me play knows that no matter what game system I play, I always roll bad. So let's see if the cards are any different. So
I was looking at you,
thanks.
Mike. Mike is also notoriously bad at rolling dice. It's definitely kind of an in-joke in our whole group. The worst luck. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
And I'm playing Poe. That's
nice.
the
Okay, yeah.
only name the name they think is his real name, or at least what they think. Yeah. He is a master of disguises. So whenever they never know where he's around unless they see him in what they think is his normal disguise. I said he's a lot more of a talker. He likes to talk his way into and out of trouble. He doesn't like technology. He leaves that for Clara. I believe she's the technology expert. You give him something that has been proven, that's something that's been tested, maybe a gun. That's about it. Don't give him anything new. He probably won't know what to do with it. So
he's old school, OG.
Yeah, old school.
Gangster.
That's it, old school gangster.
Perfect, man. Yeah, always such a joy to have you on again, Paul. I'm glad that everything worked out so that you could be here, so that you could actually play in this. And thank you for clearing all the hurdles that allowed you to actually be able to join us. I know that you've had a lot going on, a baby, which is massive, and congratulations. I know I've told you that outside of the game, but congratulations here as well. Also on the move, and you also had surgery like the other day, and are recovering from that. So yeah, man, you've been through a lot. So I really appreciate that you've been able to make it. Anything else? Oh, how to set up the deck. Okay, so as everybody had kind of mentioned a little bit in their introductions, the game that we are playing, which is called Aces Out, is played with a deck of playing cards. However, it is slightly modified. You remove all of the face cards, so all of the kings, queens, and jacks come out of the deck, and then you add the 2 jokers in, and that is what you play with. So I believe everybody in our group here has gone ahead and gotten their deck sorted. I'm going to shuffle mine again just to make sure. I know that this is an issue for me, so just as a heads up for all of you ADHD type people out there, don't shuffle your deck while we're playing. So there's a specific gimmick within the rules that tell you when you should shuffle. So once we get started,
Let's set it down then.
Yep, I've been
shuffling it the entire time. So do we start
it's
with
fine
it shuffled?
Beforehand? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Beforehand, it's perfectly fine. It can be shuffled. But once we
you can shuffle your face cards the whole game.
Yeah, there
That's
you
fine.
go. Yep. Or get a second deck. Okay. So without further ado, I think we're ready to start, unless anybody has any pressing questions. No? Wunderbar. All right. Let's go. Oh, I need a different song. That'll work. All right, here we go. Los Angeles, the city of angels. Or so they would have you believe. These days, it seems the city is filled with nothing more than fallen angels, just looking for the right devil to make a deal with. Who can blame them? This crooked city is built on the shattered dreams of those who came here in search of a better life. The deck has always been stacked against them. And at a table where ambition is the only winning hand, those who are interested in helping others are always going to be forced to fold. On January 20th, 1920, 35,000 gallons of North Cucamonga wine were dumped into the city's sewer system by the LAPD. All thanks to Congress passing the 18th Amendment, the Volstead Act. While Prohibition made booze illegal officially, corruption, ingenuity, and a good old-fashioned fuck you attitude turned bootlegging into LA's #1 business almost overnight. There are now twice as many speakeasies as there were bars before the law changed. And the churches and synagogues, where serving wine is still legal, have never seen bigger crowds. While the City Hall gang had their filthy hands in pies all over town, District Attorney Gabriel E. Burchard seems to have made it his mission to clean up the place. And that's where you came in. You see, the Honorable Mr. Burchard didn't trust the boys in blue, and was instead going to pay each of you a handsome $100 to investigate a low-life hoodlum named Sam Wormwood. A strong lead brought you down to greener pastures, a milk bottling plant on the outskirts of the city, which is where things went a bit sideways. Wormwood spotted you and hoofed it out of there in a milk truck, along with 2 other hoods. And that's when the bullets started flying. So, we are going to begin this story with a car chase. Your group are in a vehicle that is chasing this milk truck that contains Sam Wormwood and 2 additional hoods. The way that we are going to handle this is I have just put up a milk truck icon here in the corner of my window, and it has the number 8 on it currently. That is representative of the distance between you and the car in front of you. What we are going to do is just go around and have each of you describe what you are doing in this chase to try to help bring it to a close or to help capture Sam Wormwood. Every success that you get is going to lower this number. Every failure that you get is going to raise this number. If you manage to bring this counter down to 0, that means you have caught them. If this counter manages to get to 12, they will escape. So, Wormwood's truck begins 8 successes ahead of you. Each and one of you, if you would, please describe who it is that we see in pursuit of this milk truck, and what you are doing in particular to help try to catch them. Now y'all talk.
Not all
I
in
can roll
one.
a
So
die.
I'll go
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
So Robert McMillan is a detective. He is in his dress downs, so he is currently not badged up or anything like that. And he's actually on foot. He is running along the sidewalk. He is not nimble whatsoever. He actually doesn't like vehicles. So we'll try to stay out of them as much as possible. And because of his beat, he is rather athletic. So he is just hoofing it as fast as he can. Like we'll have jumped out of the car to try to cut a corner or something like that.
All right, excellent. So that sounds like perhaps a force, maybe?
Oh, and if you're looking for what I'm doing to try to pursue, I'm yelling at these kids to part ways.
Oh,
Woo!
okay.
Get out of the way! As he's hauling through.
Okay. So maybe then, instead, maybe this is magnetism.
Okay. That is neither my strong nor my weak.
Okay,
And
so
I
you
pull a
will
card?
not have a +3 or a -3. You pull 2 cards,
2 cards.
and you'll total them together. We are doing... what are we doing? Magnetism. So if you got a heart,
I
any
did.
of the hearts that you draw... Okay, that'll be an additional +2.
Okay. So that would be 18, because I got a 6 of clubs and a 10 of hearts.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. I got a 12. So you succeed. You succeed really well. So tell me how you shouting for people to get out of the way actually closes this gap a bit. It slows them down and brings you closer.
So as I'm yelling, move, get out of the way, one of the kids like bumps into another one, which spills out some of the toys that they were playing into the street, which causes a commotion that the driver ends up having to swerve out of the way of, or rubs a parked car or something to that effect, which causes them to have to re-up what they're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it kind of causes their car to kind of shudder a little. And these, old cars are kind of rigid frames on these very thin tires, so correcting course is not super stable. They have to swerve, and it causes quite a bit of commotion from this car. But they will press on.
And I discard, keep that separate.
No, only on a failure. Okay. It does discard. It's not removed from the game, which are 2 different
Correct.
things.
So discard pile, not exile
Correct.
pile.
Yep.
Yep.
If you get to a joker, then you'll take all of those and shuffle them back in.
Cool.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. So the counter has been dropped to 7. Who's next?
Is it possible that I am further up ahead of this truck and I am in I don't know the equivalent if they would have, I guess they wouldn't have reflective vests, but I look like I'm a worker, and I have a sign saying detour, and I'm sending them down, I guess down an
Okay.
alley or something, like a side street, to try to help box them in a little easier.
Excellent. Okay. So this sounds like it probably took a little bit of forethought, a little bit of planning. I don't know if this would be cunning, because it's kind of
That's
like
what I'd
like a little bit of deception.
Oh,
So let's go with cunning.
Which is
Definitely
the heart,
sounds like a cunning stunt.
right?
Cunning is diamonds. Mm-hmm.
Oh no! That's the wrong one.
Oh.
I was hoping a disguise, and that's why I was
Oh.
thinking. Okay, let's.
Okay.
All
All right. So yeah, with it being your weak suit, you'll start at a deficit of 3.
Oh boy.
But you
Okay.
get to add those 2 cards together, and then if either one of them is a diamond, then you get to add a further +2.
Okay. So I flip over 2 cards.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Diamond.
Okay. Good.
It's a, okay, well, it's a 10. You can see, and a 6 of spades.
Okay. So 16 minus 3 is 13 plus 2, back up to 15. I pulled 2 cards as well.
Okay.
I got a 14. So you succeed barely. All right. So, tell us the result of this successful detour. What is the street that they just turned down like?
It's not exactly a street. It's more of a laneway between some buildings. So they might have to reduce their speed, as they didn't think about it. It's like, oh, detour, and they turned without even thinking. And there's maybe garbage cans or crates or something, so they have to slow down a bit to get around without crashing. So
Absolutely. Okay. The counter is down to 6. Who's next?
So we see in the passenger seat a woman dressed actually in a button-up shirt, pants, hair pulled back in a very loose, sloppy ponytail, cigarette still going, regardless of what the hell's going on here. We still got the cigarette. And she is kind of giving directions to Guy as he's driving. And using the detour ahead, she is telling him that the best way to cut them off is to go down this side street, because across it, there'll be a couple of little roundabouts, and we can get there at the end where these guys are going to come out before them, is what she'd like to be told.
All right. Perfect. So that does sound like probably a cunning. So you'll draw 2 cards. Looks like cunning is Clara's strong suit. So you'll start with a +3. And then if you draw any additional diamonds, they'll be worth +2 each.
So I can't see that. A 2.
Oh, that's a good start.
2 of clubs. Oh, that's exciting. I got an ace of diamonds.
An ace. Okay. So aces count as 1. Unless you wish to remove it from the game, spending the ace, and turning this into an automatic success instead.
And if I don't, what happens to it?
Then it's a total of 3.
No, but I mean, what happens to the ace? Does it
It goes back
gone,
it goes into your discard, and then whenever you shuffle your discard back into your library, it's still there.
Okay, so it's not like I can save it for another time. It's like use it now or lose it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we're going to use it.
Okay.
I think that would be smart.
All right.
But
So
now it's
instead,
removed
you'll
from
remove
the
it
deck,
from the
right?
game. Yep, exactly. So if you shuffle, that will not go back in. So you have 3 remaining. If you ever get to the point where you have no aces left, if you have spent all of them, and then you have an additional failure, you are aces out. You're done for the mission.
Oh, very cool.
Okay.
Okay, so we will spend that.
So, all right. So you, I had a 16 total. So probably a good thing that you did that. All right. So what does it look like as your directions almost utterly fuck up? But in the last moment, you pull out a miracle.
Yeah, so it's she tells him to go down the side street because got a plan. We're going to get there first. We go down the side street. We take the first roundabout. All of a sudden, the second roundabout is under construction. There is no way going forward. It's like this is not going to happen. But Clara sees a little bit of a little staircase down beside it that would connect up with the road below where they're going to come in. So she tells Guy, go, take it. Trust me on this one. The car will manage. And 2 wheels down the road, boom, 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 boom. You make it.
There's like hissing of steam coming out of like some of the like engine compartment, you know, as like it may not be super happy having just gone down this flight of stairs, but these things are built of steel.
Yeah, I pat.
Sorry, go ahead.
I pat the what's the dashboard? It's like, Daisy, I'll fix you up better.
Perfect. So as those narrow tires kind of screech onto the street, kind of at the bottom of this staircase, back in the heat of this part of the chase. And we are at now a 5. How about you, Guy?
Well, the milk truck skids around the corner at the bottom of these stairs, and the back opens up, and out pops a bunch of milk bottles, cracks all over the pavement behind us. It's like I try to use the shortcut that we took to try to cut them off. I would like to like stop in front of them and point our weapons at them.
You know, try to turn kind of T-bone, like sideways?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that sounds like nimble to me. Trying to handle this automobile. Nimbleness, I think is what it's actually called. Which is going to be spades, I believe. Yeah, there
Cool.
you go.
How many do I draw?
You're going to draw 2 cards. It doesn't look like you have any kind of relationship necessarily with nimbleness, so it'll be a flat starting point.
I draw 10 of diamonds and a 5 of hearts.
Okay, so 15 total. All right. I got a 12 total. So that is another success. All right, so as you kind of pull up and turn sideways, screeching to a halt, how is this proving to be effective in bringing this to an end?
I step on the side rail of the car, and over the hood of the truck, I point my Colt 1911 right at them as they're coming down the street.
All right. They are barreling towards you. One of the hoods behind the wheel of the car. Sam Wormwood hanging out of one side. And the other hood leaning out of the back window on the driver's side. Both of them are going to engage the car where Guy and Clara are with the Tommy guns that they have just produced. As they both pull out that telltale rounded magazine mounted on this wooden stock, and they both just open up with these brilliant orange blossoms of muzzle fire that come out of the end of these guns. All right. So, I need both of you to draw 2 cards And this is going to be force. Ooh. What does that mean? What'd y'all get?
I got 9 and a 6 of hearts, 15.
Okay, 15 flat. All right.
So force is my weak suit, right? That's the clubs.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I also took the profile lover, which gives me another -1 to force.
So a -4 deficit, like at the beginning of your draw.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
and then I drew a 10 and a 4. A 10 of spades and a 4 of hearts. You can't see
Okay,
them
so
because my camera's stuff.
14. Neither suit is synergistic, so -4, so back to a 10 then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Guy has pulled this car into a skid, driver's side away from this card, and has propped himself up and over the roof of the car with his handgun drawn. Clara, unfortunately, that puts you on the side that receives the fire from these Tommy guns.
Of course
Right?
it does. Thank you, Guy.
So I pulled a 12 total.
Oh, so
Because
close.
for the game master, or for this game, the chief inspector, for me, aces count as 10s. All right.
You could hang, kid.
Oh man, you know what? I don't know if I remember what happens with damage in this game system. What happens to the player? Oh, so you'll have to discard a card from the top of your deck. If it's an ace or a joker, we need to know. It's a joker. Oh, okay. Oh, what happens?
Didn't get to hear all the screaming I was just doing in my head, so lucky you people. Yeah, it's a joker.
Okay.
It's like called shots tonight.
Yeah. All right. So I think the jokers always stay in your deck, from what I remember. But this will cue you to reshuffle all the discarded cards that you had into your deck. But jokers are also bad. So okay. I still don't see how to handle damage, but for the time being, I know at the very least that this has to go from a 4 to a 5. And I'm just going to say for the time being, Kaeryn, that you are hurt. You're injured. You've taken a few glancing shots, some shrapnel from the door of the car, etc. As this shot has come through, riddled the side of, what did you call her? Jenny?
Daisy.
Daisy. Yeah. Riddling Daisy with bullet holes on the passenger side. I'll find it here in just a second. So, yeah. Bad news. You got hit pretty bad, and they managed to use the distraction of Clara being hit a few times to swerve, turn, and are now headed down a different side street and have gained a little bit of distance. All right. That completes the round. We're now to round 2. We are currently at a 5. So whoever of you wishes to go next may do so.
We're just keeping the order. With them having diverted, and me being on foot, I'm going to take a lag of not noticing that happening because I lost sight of them for a moment. And then whenever I catch them, I'm going to kind of turn on my heels and then start jumping fences in the direction that they're going.
All right. So that sounds like probably nimbleness, maybe?
That's
kind of hopping over fences.
That's my good one.
All right. So you'll need to draw 2. And that is...
None of them were spades.
Okay. And that is your weak, so you'll have a deficit of -3.
So I drew a 3, so I'm just going to drop it.
Okay.
And my total is 5.
Ooh, 5 total. All right. I had a total of 19. So that is definitely a fail. Okay. That means that...
I'm going to have barreled through a couple of the fences and like...
Yeah. There's like a kid's like play set on the other side of one of them that you kind of like get tangled up in for a second. That brings us up to a 6. Caught in the what?
Caught in the swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. There's the little kind of trail of pickets kind of like from behind Robert where he's just
clothesline, a couple of clothes like
people screaming and yelling at him. Perfect. Okay.
We don't have any Olympiads here.
We are at a 6. Who's next?
I want to try to turn the car around, make sure Clara is okay. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I want to check on Clara, see how bad she's hit. Is there anything I can do to like help like stop the bleeding? It's like, oh, geez, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Next time I drive.
Insert 1920 sexism here.
Good grief.
Riddle you with bullets.
Oh, man. Okay, I guess it doesn't really have any specific rules for injuries. So, yeah, it's just you're dealing with the repercussions of, having been shot at. You may not actually be bleeding or anything, but and maybe
Are
that's
you sure?
what...
I feel like I'm letting in the daylight.
Maybe. So you're able to see that you think as long as afterwards you can get Clara a little bit of help, that she'll probably be okay. Most of them seem to have been glancing blows, things that have left marks and definitely maybe drawn some blood, but nothing that seems like it's life-threatening.
Okay, in that case, whip the car around and give chase again.
Okay. All right, so another nimbleness roll.
2.
Yeah, 2 cards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll almost always be 2 cards unless you use some of the tools or items or whatever they're called. Sometimes those can allow you to draw an additional.
Okay. I got a 3 of diamonds and a 10 of hearts.
Okay, so it should be just a 13 sitting.
Yep.
I drew my 3rd ace in a row. That's 15. So, good news is that that's 3 of my aces that are now out of my deck currently until I reshuffle. But we do go from a 6 to a 7. You turn the car down this same side street, guy, and you gun it. But you drive over a piece of the shattered milk bottle glass, and you feel the tire go. So you have a flat on one side, and it is definitely starting to slow you down a little. So, Jason, you'll take a card from your deck, and that will become discarded.
This is the top card?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Unless it's an ace or a joker.
It is not. It's
Okay.
close.
All right, there you go. Oh, Mike,
Just
you
discard
got something?
Or
Yeah. So what I can see when looking through while you were doing your thing, it looks like
Oh,
if you're
thank
injured, the DM or GM or commander person,
Right.
you get to draw an extra card, so you get 3.
Ooh, against them?
And then bad stuff for us is that we have to discard extra cards from the deck.
Okay.
Is it just against the one player or the whole group?
I think anyone that was interacting with that injured
Okay.
player. So the example in here is that somebody was like trying to carry them to get them out of the
Perfect,
situation.
okay.
And so the
It
GM
just
gets
increases
gets
the
a 3 draw.
difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for looking that up. I appreciate that. Okay. So going forward, I'll know how to handle that. But in the interim, you discarded your card, Jason, so that should be settled on your end. I changed this already, I'm pretty sure. So we are up to a 7 now. Who's going next?
I'm figuring, since I got them to go down the detour, that wasn't just that's it, I'm done. I probably get to a spot ahead of the vehicle now that they've slowed down. I'm taking a shortcut, I guess, which I'm thinking is either going to be nimble or cunning. I'm guessing, or to take the shortcut to get ahead of them so I can then act.
On foot?
Yes, because now that I think about it, I should have put bicycle down, but no, I did not as a tool. So, I'm gonna guess on foot just to get so I can act ahead of them. I guess like distance wise, so
Okay.
they're gonna be approaching me, so I can do something.
Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I think as a nimble draw, it still sounds like trying to, navigate your way with, agility. Ooh.
Right. So that's 2 7 of clubs. That doesn't help, and a 7 of hearts.
Okay,
So
so
that's
14, and it's not strong or weak for you. Okay, so 14
No.
straight up. I got a 5.
Well,
Two out of
the hearts is my strength.
But it's not synergistic with the type of draw you were
Oh,
making.
right.
That's where it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's just the 14, yeah.
Yep. Which handily beats my 5. Absolutely. Mike also pointed out, thank you very much, that for discards, whenever you have to discard by a failure, you also have to do it an extra card for every 5 points that you missed by. So, Karen's was a 3 total. No?
But then I had to reshuffle because of the Joker. So
Yeah.
That-
Okay, we'll just know that going forward. Okay. And then Jason's wasn't a miss by very much, I don't think. So, going forward, we've got this. Okay. So yeah, Paul, you have successfully navigated through this shortcut. It may have been somewhat thanks to maybe how you kind of set up this ruse in the first place, of this, construction that's going on here, and you had a way to very quickly kind of make it from here to there as a contingency or something. So you have navigated down to that point. Who has not gone yet this second round? Just Clara? Okay.
So I think at this point, Clara's hurt. She's the plan to get in front of them obviously didn't work. They're getting away. So she's going to go to the old backup plan, and that is to pull out the gun and just start throwing lead at the vehicle in front of us.
All right. So I think that's a force.
That be clubs again?
It is clubs again.
This is why I should be driving. All right.
So
okay, I got
you're going to start
5.
at a -3.
I
Okay,
got
5.
-4 because I Got that.
Oh, minus
Yeah.
4 because of the love. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then 12 total of spades. So minus 4 is a total of 8 because I am a real good
Okay.
shot.
So I don't think you draw the 3 cards.
No, I would not think so.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's
'Cause
me
that would-
drawing 3 cards
Yeah.
against you.
Yeah, that would make
Which is-
sense because
Awful. Okay. So what was the total again? You had an 8 and a 5?
I had a 12 minus 4, 8.
Minus 4,
8
8
total.
total. Okay, there we go. So I got 2 10s and a 4, so that's a 24.
Okay, so the cards hate me.
Good grief. So that's 5 to 13 to 18 to 23. Okay, so you have to discard 4 cards off of your deck.
Okay, and I
unless
have
they're
to
aces or jokers.
no 6 of spades, 6 of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 5 of diamonds.
Okay, those all go into the discard. Ugh. Okay, they gain distance a little bit again. You start shooting, and you're hitting the car. You know, there's sparks flying off of the back of this milk truck. You think you hear, a couple of sounds of shattering glass. A little bit of milk kind of pouring out of the holes. But you also managed to shoot down a fairly sizable tree limb that naturally cracks free and falls in between your cars, causing Guy to have to kind of slam on the brakes and swerve and correct to go around it, which allows them to pull a little further away. That tire still thump, 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 the entire time, almost completely blowing out as he has to swerve around this tree limb. Okay, we are now up to a 7. Is that all of the PCs? I think so. Yep. All right. You see the goon that's hanging out of the driver's side rear window. He is starting to shoot at... oh, you know what? We're going to do this. Both Poe and Robert are on foot, taking a shortcut. So we're going to say that you're both in the vicinity to receive the danger from this Tommy gun spray. So I need both of you to draw force, please. Doesn't look like it is your strong or your weak for either one of you, so no boon or deficit starting out.
So 2 cards.
2 cards, yep, 2 cards.
Oh. Ace of spades, which is not
Okay.
the suit, and a joker.
Oh, wow. Paul, how the hell? Okay.
That's I don't know, is that good or bad?
It's kind of both. That's both great and also awful. Okay, so the ace counts as a 1. The joker counts as a 0. So this is going to total out. Neither one of them is a club. So it's not going to adjust it at all that way. So your total will be 1. And you have a joker, which is going to be bad. You can choose to take the ace out of the game, remove it entirely, to turn it into an automatic success. But because you have a joker, something bad also comes along with it. And then you'll take all of your discarded cards, including the ones that you just used, unless it's the ace removed from the game, and reshuffle them back into your deck. Whew.
So I think it's in my best interest to burn the ace. The ace is now
Okay.
out of the game.
Yep.
I'll put that over here.
Okay. So that'll so go ahead and reshuffle.
And the joker as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's see. So you're gonna succeed, which means that you're gonna move from a 7 back down to a 6 again. But something bad also happens. You're on foot, taking this shortcut.
Can a tool get destroyed?
I don't know. I think this is going to be the same kind of situation that Clara's in, where it's just going to be from now, for the rest of the scene at least, until it's addressed, there will be a third card that's drawn against you.
Okay, that works.
So, but you succeeded at the same time, so it can't be as bad. I don't think.
Well, I have
although
a question.
The success also did get you closer. So,
do
sorry, go
bulletproof
ahead.
vests exist? Yeah, bulletproof
I
vests.
don't know if they did have them or not. I'm sure they had something that was kind of like that, but
Because that's under protection stuff. So body
Mhm.
armor, protective mask, med kit, things like that. So that's why I put it down, but not
Okay,
knowing
yeah.
if that's.
yeah, we'll say that it is. That's fine. Again, there's kind of a supernatural twist to this, so we can
Oh,
kind
okay.
of futz with time and stuff a little bit anyways.
That's why I was
So-
suggesting that a tool broke, because that
Yeah.
would make sense. They're shooting at me,
Okay.
and it hit, and now I don't have a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's a great compromise. I like that.
Hey, carry like a book or Bible or something in your vest.
There you go.
I need a
Your flask.
flask. I forgot to put a flask.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, a couple of these bullets hit you. You managed to still close the distance, but kind of knocks the wind out of you a little. All right, Robert McMullen. What did you get?
Off-suited 2-5.
Okay, so 10
7.
total. Oh, your weak suit.
No. Just not suited at all. 2 of spades
Oh,
and
yeah.
a 5 of hearts.
Oh, okay. So 7 total. All right. I got an 11. So that means you have also been hit. So you're going to discard a card. Should just be the 1.
10 of spades.
Okay. You have to duck behind a tree as these bullets just like kind of chew this tree up on either side, and you're just covered with pieces of wood shrapnel and things like that kind of in your eyes and flying around. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the cars, Sam Wormwood sticks his head back inside the car for a moment. And then whenever he reappears, you can see a milk bottle in his hand. And then you notice the rag hanging out of the end of it, which he then lights. Rears back and hucks this bottle at your car. So I need Guy in this situation to draw nimbleness again.
Shoot.
Yes, 2 cards.
Okay, so I got a 4 of spades and an ace of clubs.
Okay, so the ace being of clubs will give you an additional +2. So that is, as of right now, a 2, 3, and what was the second card?
4 of spades.
4. So 7 total.
Mhm.
Or you can choose to remove the ace from the game and have this be an automatic success.
Seeing how I need something to go right, I'm going to make it an automatic success.
Okay. All right, I had a 13. However, both of them were clubs, which means that would have turned into a 17. Okay.
No, good choice. Good choice, Guy. Good choice.
They Wormwood hurls this bottle, and you notice that there is milk that's spilling out of it, and there's milk that's spilling out of the holes in the back. But then you notice that telltale kind of deep amber color that is also flowing out of these holes and is also flowing out of this milk bottle. This is not a normal milk bottle. And just as you kind of realize that, you jerk the wheel hard to the side again, and this bottle smashes right into where that fallen tree limb hit the road and immediately bursts in a cloud of broken glass and flames, as apparently there was something alcoholic in this Molotov cocktail.
Didn't know we were chasing Russians.
Okay. So that was their turn. Now we're ready to start round 3. In whatever order you wish. We are still at a 6.
I would like to yell at Clara to take the wheel as I like hop out on the side of the side rail and take real careful aim at the guy hanging out the side of the truck in front of us. And I want to try to shoot him dead.
This is Sam Wormwood, the one with the Molotov, or the one that is shooting the Tommy gun?
The Tommy gun.
Okay. All right. So this sounds like force, which seems to be your strong suit. So you will draw 2, and you get to add a +3 because it is your strong suit. And then if you get any clubs, that'll help modify it further.
I didn't get any clubs, but I did get 2 8s, hearts and spades.
Whew, okay. So that's a 16 sitting +3, so a 19 total. That's pretty hellacious. All right. I got a 9 and a joker. So that means I now shuffle my deck back together. Nothing else happens because of the joker. It is a 9 total, which means that you will absolutely succeed. So this is going to go from a 6 down to a 5. Yeah, and tell me what it looks like as you nail this guy.
He was firing at behind the tree, right? The guy with the Tommy gun.
That Robert. Mm-hmm.
So as he was like focus fire on that, I raise and I tell Clara to keep it steady, and I hit that smooth part of the street and pop him right in the head.
His fedora flies off, hits the ground, creating kind of like a small little dust devil as it tumbles. He slumps out of the window, drops the Tommy gun into the dirt, which kind of spins out away from the car, and his lifeless body just hangs halfway out of the back of this milk truck.
My last little thing is just tell Clara to stop so I can pick up that Tommy gun. Yeah, see.
Perfect. All right, who's next?
I had a question. So our goal is to stop the truck, or is it to get the number down to 0?
I think
so.
The truck
both,
is
one or the other.
down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. When the counter gets to 0, you have stopped Sam Wormwood.
Okay, because I said he took out one of the people shooting at us. So there's another person shooting at us, and it's still a driver at least.
Yep, there are 2 more individuals.
But if we happen to take them out before we get to 0, is that done still, or no? We still have to get to 0. We don't know.
We'll see.
Okay, I'm going to. I have 2 profiles because you can have a maximum of 2 per agent. My second one is heavy hand. Any force or combat focused gizmo or weapons. I have a silenced pistol. I can do additional targets, bigger explosions, more accurate, etc. So I would like to shoot the tires out. That's why I wanted to get ahead of it.
Okay.
Yes. So
all right, so that'll be a force draw from you. 2 cards. Force is neither strong nor weak for you, so it'll be at a +0 bonus.
Okay. 6 of spades, suit, and ace of spades. I am going. So you said the ace can be 1 or a 10?
It is a 1 for a player, unless you remove it from the game, in which it turns into an automatic success.
It is an automatic success.
Okay. That's your second, yes?
It is.
Okay. Halfway to aces out in the first scene. All right. Okay. Automatic success. That's good. That's good. This is a force, so it's good because I had a 22 against your check. So that was a great call to pull that ace out. All right, so you managed to shoot the tires on. We'll say you managed to get out in front of them, and you managed to shoot out both of the front tires, which both blow out, and the car pitches forward a little, still rolling forward very quickly. So they're definitely not out of the chase just yet. All right, next up.
I mean, I can go. I'm now driving. I've moved over into the driver's spot. I would like to, I don't know, use the sidewalks or something beside it to kind of put the car at an angle. And I'm not actually stopping for Guy, but I am having it like close enough, like leaning over that he can
Skid.
reach out and snag that. Yeah, snag the Tommy gun as we go by. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get through on this it's not the road. It's like the side place where people would walk. It's a very narrow area, but if we succeed this, then we have just gained some ground on them. Because they had to go around and we were just going to go straight through, between these two houses kind of thing. Like, that's the plan.
All right.
Try this.
I think handling the car in such a way that it slides and does not lose you momentum while trying to also get him to pick this gun up, I think that is definitely going to be a nimbleness check for handling this vehicle like this. So which looks like that is a neutral suit for you. Okay. So no plus or minus unless you draw spades.
Ace of hearts.
Okay.
And a 2 diamonds. So
Okay,
we're just going to take that auto success.
Okay. Also halfway to aces out. Okay.
Yeah. Did we get the win for the aces out for Poe?
I don't know. I thought I did.
I don't
think
remember.
it was a 5. I don't
Okay.
I don't think it was a 6.
So it is
but I
now
could
a
be
4.
wrong.
Although, if you are removing your ace as
I'm
well,
removing
Kaeryn,
it.
that will bring it down to a 3. Okay. So, once again, this car has already got a flat tire. It's got a little bit of smoke, kind of, soot, kind of from this Molotov, kind of plastered on the side of it. It's got bullet holes all up and down one side. It's definitely kind of shaking. There's some steam coming out, pretty heavy. Some smoke kind of pouring out from the engine compartment. But you're still handling this thing like
Daisy,
a beast.
dirty.
Daisy apparently has got it where it counts. You managed to not only skid this car and take yet another shortcut to try to gain some distance, or to try to close the distance rather between you and Sam Wormwood's car, but you also managed to give Guy the opportunity to scoop down and pick up this Tommy gun. So Guy, you now have a Tommy gun.
My dream come true.
Next up.
After having taken cover behind the tree from all the bullets, I'm gonna kind of like check myself, make sure I'm still in one piece, and then with shots fired, I'm gonna take back off running, and I'm going to commandeer a bicycle from the side of the car, maybe even one of those like hot dog stand bikes, something to that effect. I'll pull my rank of being a law enforcement official and just say that it's in need of a pursuit, and just start pedaling away.
Perfect. There's like an umbrella attached to it at some point that's like pulling against the wind, and you have to kind of like yank it out and like throw it off to the side. There's, mustard and ketchup, bottles falling off of the thing, hot dog water kind of splashing out of it, but you are in hot pursuit. Hot dog
pursuit.
We've been playing together too long also. All right, so you're going to draw 2 cards. This sounds like nimbleness to me, which looks like it is your weak suit again. So it's going to be a -3. You were not hit by bullets.
That wasn't in the description.
You didn't fail last time, right?
I did, but not by a whole lot.
Then there are 3 cards.
That is not good for me.
Okay.
I drew 6.
6
but one
total.
of them is a spade. So
okay. So +2.
-3. 5.
Oh, okay. All right. I got a 20.
Oh, God.
2. 18, 20, and then +2 because it is a spade. Oh my gosh. TPK. All right. You are taking this hot dog cart for a hell of a ride. Your teeth are chattering together. You can feel your organs like sloshing up and down as you are like taking it down staircases and things, trying to catch up to this car. This is pretty brutal. I didn't know how many 5s that was. How many by 5s was that? 22,
I had 5. You had 23.
22. So 5 to 10, 15, 20. So, and then 1 for fail. So you need to pull 4 cards from your deck. Any aces or jokers?
3 of diamonds,
Okay.
ace of clubs,
Okay.
2 of hearts, and 8 of clubs.
Okay, so the ace will stay with your deck. You draw another card to take its place.
3 of spades.
Okay, so those 4 cards will get discarded. The ace will go back into your deck. You can just put it in your discards for now.
Okay.
Oh, so those 4 cards are gone.
So they get
out.
Exiled for like
no,
removed from game.
So. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just your discard pile. So then, no, your ace wouldn't go into your discard pile. It goes back into your deck.
So you reshuffle
so
the
shuffle?
That's a great question. Sacrifice, removing cards from your deck. Oh. Maybe it says if the number was lower than the GM draw, sacrifice only the ace instead of permanently removing cards from your deck as you normally would. So I guess the cards that you are drawing for failed pulls are actually supposed to be discarded, permanently removed.
Because your deck is getting smaller as you're taking damage.
Right.
But you can sacrifice the ace. You don't lose those cards.
Right. That makes a lot better sense,
Yeah.
actually. Okay. All right. By the end of this, we'll have this right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay. It's not like you played it more than once.
I have removed those cards that were
I did too. From my
discarded
last.
before. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you for doing that. Okay. So, that was a super bad no-no. So that's going to go from a 3 back to a 4. All right. Yeah, you get shaken quite a bit trying to close this distance. And when you manage to come out onto the street, your feet kind of fly off the pedals, but you are right in front of Guy. And you have to kind of like scramble to get your feet back on the pedals to gain control of this bike again. And Guy has basically had to slam on the brakes in order to keep from running into the back of you, which has given them a little bit of distance. Okay. Who has not gone this round?
I think that was everyone.
Is it everybody? Okay. All right. So we have one dead goon hanging out of the back window who's lost his Tommy gun. We have Sam Wormwood hanging out the passenger side window. Let's see, what else does he want to do? What does he want to do? He's going to chuck another Molotov. He pulls out another milk bottle, lights it, and is going to throw it back towards the bicycle that Robert is on and the car that Guy and Clara are in. So I need all three of you, please, to make a force draw. Bad news for Clara. All three of you have...
Which three?
Clara. So everybody but you, Poe.
Oh.
Okay, so Clara, you're one of the ones that I have 3 cards against. So this is
That's a
force. Okay, 16.
yeah.
But
minus
force
4.
is your. Okay, so 12. All right. 12. Remember that, Guy. Robert, what do y'all at? I can't see it, Jason.
I got 2 4s.
2 4s. Okay, so 8 total. Force is your good suit, so that's a +3. So that's an 11. Okay, so Claire's got a 12. Guy's got an 11. What you got, Robert?
13.
13. Oh, okay, so all in the same ballpark. All right. Let's see. Guy, I only am drawing 2 cards against you currently, if I remember correctly. So, unfortunately, that is a 16. So, 16 is just one failure, so it's just going to be 1 card that you're going to discard from your deck. I get to a 5. Okay. But the other 2 of you were 13 and less. And I had an extra card against the 2 of you, so that same 16 becomes a 20. All right, 2 of diamonds, so yeah, that can go bye-bye. Okay, so both Robert and Clara missed by 10 at the very least. Nope, not quite. 5, just 5. Okay, so each one of you is going to lose a card from your decks. It will be discarded, or removed from the game, rather. As long as it's not an ace or a joker. Looks like you got an ace, Mike.
So
that
what
will go.
Yeah, I got ace.
Mm-hmm.
What we pulled is out of the game and not discarded?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing that wrong earlier. And okay, you got an ace, Kaeryn. Yeah, that goes bye-bye.
So I discard the ace in my discard pile and then draw and replace it with something else that gets removed?
Yeah, that makes
This is
sense.
what
So I just found a paragraph. Sorry, but
Oh,
I found
please.
a paragraph that says when an agent is forced to discard an ace during a failed draw, the result
Perfect.
becomes a success with a negative side effect.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then, yeah, that'll go to your discard pile. But that is a success with circumstances, with a cost.
Yeah, it goes removed from game.
It says discard, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think
because
it's
you're
just
using
discarded.
it too many times. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just
But-
discarded.
Okay.
But see, the paragraphs right above it, we're talking about when you discard from the because I don't know. We use discard in 2 different scenarios, so it's really
Okay.
it's confusing a little bit.
Good note, though. Remember that for afterwards, whenever I
Yeah.
kind of reshare the questionnaire to be filled out, include that as a note, because that's exactly what Josh needs to know. How to make this more straightforward and streamlined. And okay. So, yeah, I think just for now, just go ahead and put it in your discard pile. Success at a cost. Okay, so This is avoiding damage. So, okay, it's not going to advance the clock at all. But the cost... Okay, the cost is that your bicycle is busted. So you're back on foot again, or you can attempt to try to hitch a ride with the car that is barreling up behind you.
I'll jump on if we can.
Okay. Yeah, they can slow down enough that you can kind of pop onto the outside, similar to what Guy is on the other side.
Hot talk.
Okay. So, who did we not resolve? Did we resolve Clara?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, you did not. We did the card
Okay.
resolve. We did not do narrative resolve.
Okay. What did you have total?
12.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. So, Clara, you are behind the wheel of this car, and to avoid the hot dog stand, the hot dog bicycle that is now engulfed in flames, you've had to jerk the wheel to go around it. And in doing so, you managed to turn your open window kind of towards the fire. And as you drive past, you get a face just filled with like black, acrid smoke from the burning, paint and rubber off of this hot dog stand. It smells vaguely of cooked hot dogs.
I was going to say it smells vaguely of Guy Noir's house, but he's not
Same.
paying attention.
So that's redundant. You may not have noticed before that that's what that smell is, but now you've put two and two together and realized that for some reason Guy's house has always smelled like hot dogs vaguely.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't know how to cook hot dogs properly.
Perfect. Okay. And then Guy also failed. So he is also going to basically get caught in some of that fire and smoke as you kind of peel around it, and is, kind of having to hack and cough to get some of this disgusting smoke out of his lungs. Not sure if he comments about whether it smells like his house or not, though. Okay. That was their turn. I already included their success, so they are now back at a 5. I think that brings us to round 4. Whatever order that y'all would like to go.
Okay, I guess I'll go. With that little detour that Clara took, maybe they're passing by where I was, and I'm able to jump aboard their car.
Okay, I'm gonna try to jump onto their car. All right.
Yeah.
I think this is nimbleness again. This has to do with motion and kind of, using your body, positioning. So you're going to draw 2. That is spades. Okay, so that's a neutral suit for you, it looks like.
Oh, it's not working. 3 of spades and a 6 of clubs.
Okay, so that's 9 plus the 2 for it being a club. No, sorry, spade. 9 and
Right.
3. What you said? 9 and 3.
9 and 3.
Okay.
So 6 and 3. Sorry.
Oh, 6
so
and 3.
9
So 15.
11. 15.
Plus. Okay, cool. All right. So I got a 13 total. So it sounds like you eked out that success just barely and managed to bring 5 down to a 4. Tell me what happens as you... How is it that you leap onto this moving car? This moving milk truck, of all things.
Oh, so wait, I thought they had the milk truck. Oh, or we had...
You might both. It kind of sounded like Guy was describing a milk truck that he had grabbed. So, but they are driving a milk truck as well.
Oh, okay. I figured
We all come tearing us out of the milk factory, the bottling plant. So
Yeah, our car is disguised as a milk truck.
Oh,
So
okay.
her name is Daisy.
All right. I figured maybe the doors open on the side where Clara was sitting, and there's a bar or something that they could jump on or off as they're delivering. So I basically went in, grabbed and jumped in and sat down next to her. So you see,
I misunderstood. Okay, you jumped onto the your party's
yes,
vehicle. Gotcha. I thought you were
yes.
jumping onto the
Oh,
lead
well,
car.
actually, that you know what? Let's have some fun. I'm gonna jump onto the lead one. Just why not?
Okay.
Uh, okay. So I'm figuring the door is open, and I'm gonna come in and yes, yeah, just punch the guy, whoever's in the. Oh no, there's nobody in the passenger seat anymore, or is that the guy
Yeah, so
slumped over?
so the two remaining individuals are in the front seat. The driver in the driver's seat, and then Sam Wormwood is in the passenger seat. In the back, there is a goon who is dead, leaning out of the driver's side window in the back.
You said Sam is in the passenger seat.
Correct, in the front.
Sorry, who is Sam again? He's
Sam Wormwood is the person that specific person that you were brought or told to bring to justice.
oh, okay. Then I will jump up and I will pull him out. And I'll toss him
Okay.
on. Yeah, pull him out
So
and yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess
For
that.
this round, you're jumping onto the car. You manage
Yeah,
to grab a hold. You're, finagling with that door, kind of getting that. It's probably a suicide door where it opens backwards. So you're kind of got your hand kind of on the handle, and you're kind of trying to position yourself, maybe wrestling with Sam Wormwood kind of at the window a little, so you can get enough, distance to open this door to get into the back seat. So you're on the side of this car as this thing is racing through, trying desperately to get away. There are a total of 3 flat tires amongst both of the vehicles in this chase. So even though it seems like breakneck speeds, it's probably nowhere near as fast as it was before. But it is still just pedal to the metal for both of these vehicles.
There's a reason why the two guys on foot and on bike were able to catch us.
it's
It's
a high
true.
speed 1920s car chase.
Exactly. I think they still measured things in knots. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so
Yeah,
that
the
was.
draw. Or did I
Oh,
draw?
what? You did draw, didn't you?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
You
Oh, the
did.
nimble. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did nimbleness to get onto the
Yep.
vehicle. Yep. So who is next?
Well, I'll go. I'm going to just continue to drive. They're without 2 wheels. We're without one. So I'm just going to like pedal to the metal, and go all of 15 miles an hour, and try to catch up to them. Maybe, hit the bumper or whatever, try to. They're already
Okay.
rocky with 2 wheels down, so we're gonna try to push it a little bit further. So that's what.
that thing was fast.
Okay.
Yeah, Daisy's amazing.
That V4 or whatever the hell it was.
Get some good lovin's afterwards.
Okay.
Get
So
that unleaded gasoline.
this this sounds like still a nimbleness, which looks like it is a neutral for you.
I'll take neutral. So the first draw is an ace of spades. Woo.
Okay.
And the second one is an 8 of spades.
Okay. So that's 9 plus 2 for each. Fours. So 13 total. You can let that ride. Or you can remove your third ace from the game to have it be an automatic success.
So
You're still drawing 3 cards against me.
I am.
13's not very much. Oh, we're going to go for that auto success because you know what? If we fail this, we're bad.
Okay.
We'll do it. We're taking it out. Oh, this feels so
Third
bad.
ace out of the game for an automatic success. It's a good thing that you did it because I had a 22. Ooh, two of those are spades.
Brutal, man.
So that would have been 26. 26. Okay, good grief. Okay, so you managed to. Again, this is almost bad. You have a very near crash, I think. But tell me how it is that you managed to, at the last second, maybe even with a hint of like intervention, you managed to avoid it.
Okay, so I picture this. We're speeding down this street, real fast, right? Real fast. And there's a woman up front. She's got a little buggy. She's pushing her baby cart. And they go past, boom, and apparently she's not noticing. And we're coming up, and we're going to hit her if we keep going. So it's an immediate like whip the wheel that way, whip it back. But luckily for us, in doing that, is we actually got a little bit of air. Maybe when we whipped it forward, we went up a little ramp, so we're kind of like whoo, and land a little closer than we would have had we just gone straight.
So you go from a 4 to a 3. All right. Getting there, getting there. Who has not gone yet? I think we're looking for Robert and Guy still.
Yeah, might I understand that Paul is on the truck in front of us?
Yes.
Okay, so blindly firing is probably not going to be the greatest of ideas.
When were we full of good ideas?
It's a fair point. I like you, Paul, but and Clara just rammed the truck in front of us. So would it be feasible to probably using Nimble to jump from the hood of our truck onto the back of theirs?
It is feasible. We'll have to see what the cards say about whether it's doable.
This deck doesn't like me very much.
Don't land on the dead guy.
All right.
That's me saying. That's me saying. Don't pull low cards.
Okay,
right.
so it'll be 2 cards. Nimbleness is neutral for you.
Yep.
So you'll start at a net wash.
So I've got a 8 of diamonds and a 7 of clubs.
8 and 7. Okay, so 15.
50.
No adjustment for being force. So I have 12, but 2 of them are clubs. So that brings it to a 16.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god, the back and forth is nuts. Okay. Back to a 4.
Right.
So you'll need to remove a card from your deck.
All right. That's going to be
it's not an ace. Okay. It goes bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you leap just as these cars ram into each other. And because Clara had to swerve away from hitting this woman with her baby carriage, she hits at like an odd angle, and instead of you jumping straight like you had planned, you're thrown off to the side, and you're holding on to like the rear fender of the car with like your shoes like dragging in the dirt of the road.
When did this turn into Indiana Jones?
Right now.
Okay.
All right. We are going to die.
Robert.
So Robert is going to start hanging on the outside of our vehicle, on the opposite side of the flat tire to try to take some weight off of it, to allow us to better maneuver. And I'll also start getting low to scoop Guy in case he falls. See if I can't grab him.
Okay. Using your knowledge of physics and gravitational forces and balance, you lower your center of gravity, you pull your weight off to one side. I think that definitely qualifies as a cunning draw.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it made sense.
So I have a 10 of diamonds. So cunning is also diamonds.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
15, and then a 5 of diamonds.
22.
22. Yep.
Okay. 22 is good.
For sure, 3 cards.
Yeah, I have 3 cards.
Go fuck yourself, Jeremy.
This is just fucking terrible.
Oh my god. Dice cards, it don't matter.
You have 20. You had a 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he beats you by
1
what?
point.
He beats me by my magic number.
Jeez.
Yeah, right. Oh god. Okay.
What it is.
4 to a 5. Even though this is a spectacular application of your understanding of physics, and you lean out and you're ready to grab Guy in case he falls. As you're leaning out, you accidentally grab a hold of the door handle of the suicide door, which unlatches in your hand and swings open. So you are low, hanging on to the door with your feet on the side rail. You don't make contact with the ground, but you came pretty damn close. You still have an arm out in case Guy happens to need it. But you're in a little bit of peril yourself now. Okay. Is that everybody for the round? I think that's everybody. Yeah. Okay. Sam Wormwood is in the passenger seat of the car ahead. And Poe is in the vehicle with him. Let me see. Or no, you're not in the vehicle yet. You're on the sidebar, the side rail.
Okay.
You're about to get into the back seat. You can see, without any question whatsoever, that this is in fact Sam Wormwood. You were shown a picture of him before you came to get him, so you know for a fact that this is him. But what you see in the rearview mirror as he looks into it and makes eye contact with you is a little unnerving. For a moment, his face looks entirely different. His lips and the flesh of his nose seem to have disappeared, and his smile is spreading literally from ear to ear, and his eyes are nothing but like these black empty sockets, and there's like these metal hook worm wires, something that seemed to kind of crawl in and out of his mouth through his lips. It's very unsettling. He's going to take this opportunity to try to hit you off of the side of the car. So he's going to use force to try to do this. So you need to draw 2 cards against force.
2 cards against force.
Mhm.
Okay. And of course, both of them are spades.
Okay.
Total of 14.
I've also been drawing 3 cards against you because you have suffered some injuries. This is 24 plus 2 is a 26. Where's the rest of my cards? Okay. This allows him to slip from a 5 back to a 6. As he clocks you right in the jaw, you're so distracted by the reflection that you think you saw, maybe, in the side view mirror of this car, that you do not see the elbow that he throws backwards through the open window and just connects square into your nose. You hear that the crackling of cartilage as your vision kind of explodes with white stars as he absolutely just rung your bell. Okay. So that was, I think, 2.
How many did I lose?
I think it was 2
many?
cards.
So
Just make sure that they're not aces or jokers.
I draw 2 cards. Okay.
Yeah, off of the top of your deck.
Oh, bugger. Joker. And a
Okay.
4 of clubs.
Okay, so the 4 will go away, and then you'll
And-
reshuffle all of your discarded cards.
Okay.
Okay. To answer your question, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You took out just face cards, right?
Yeah. I have reshuffled once, and it was about halfway through the first time, so that's part of it. But it has been exceedingly brutal so far. I maybe should have started just drawing 1 card against you guys and just let it go up from there. All right. So that was Sam Wormwood throwing some bows. The driver, he's got 2 flat tires. I think he's just going to continue to try to focus on trying to get away. As of right now, he's making decent headway. He feels like he's pulled away from you a little bit. So he's going to focus just on his driving alone, which will bring us back to PCs for round 5, I believe.
While I'm real low, like I am, down by the road, down by the tires, I'm going to take out my gun and see if I can't pop another tire or 2.
Okay. That will be force, which is club, so it's a neutral suit for you.
Pull the Joker.
Ooh, okay. So a joker counts as a 0. And at the end of this draw, you'll shuffle all of your discarded cards. What did you get with your joker?
2
A 2.
diamonds.
Okay. Oh my god.
The curse is carried over, I see.
Yeah, my the game figured out what was going on.
Okay, so you're gonna discard 3 cards.
All right, discard or remove from game.
Remove from game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Remove from game.
We'll start 3
Make
cards.
sure that they're not. Yep, 3 cards. Make sure they're not aces or jokers.
No, but they are high. 10, 9, and 8.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, so those will get
It'll
removed.
work in your favor if they are low cards, and they're out of the game, but not the other way.
I've managed to discard 10, 9, 8, 10, 8, 5, 3, 3, 2.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
We got this.
But
Everything's burning. It's fine.
I didn't shoot Guy. It's fine.
true. You didn't shoot Guy.
Very true. I am
You
unshot.
You didn't shoot Poe either. Thankfully, you didn't shoot. You didn't shoot Clara even, which is great.
Or our
No.
tires. I mean,
Guy did
come
that.
on, guys. Can you ask for more? Like,
I'm
This
tempted to
is
say
the way
you
these
shot
stories
yourself,
are supposed
though.
to go.
I mean, he's practically carrying us at this point.
I think the door just came off of one of its hinges.
okay.
Like the panel that's holding the last hinge is like pulled away from Daisy and is now like down far enough where you're dragging in the dirt, holding on to the door handle of this door, basically like bodyboarding on this door as this metal is kind of making this god-awful rending noise as it's slowly kind of peeling open.
Oh, God.
Who wants to go next? We're having such fun.
I don't want to go
I'm-
next.
I believe I want to try to pull myself up.
Oh, I
Okay.
can go again, right? Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, Guy, you're going to try to pull yourself up off of the rear fender of this car.
Yeah, I mean, my pants are getting ruined, getting dragged through the streets here. So.
True. That hem is going to need some attention.
Yeah.
All right. It's a force draw, which is your strong suit. So you'll get +3.
Well, I drew a 9 of clubs and a 7 of diamonds. So
Okay.
16 plus
16,
3 is 19.
19, plus 2 more for one of them being a club. So 21
Yeah.
total. Excellent. I got a 16. So that is a success. We're going to change things
Getting rid of some of your mid cards.
up. We're going to change things up a little bit. It was a success with 5. So this is going to go from a 6 down to a 4. I want to try to bring this chase to a close here.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah, before Clara and Poe are removed from the game. With all our, we only what? Oh, you have 3 aces out. Clara?
Yeah, Clara's
Yeah,
3 out.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm 2 out. Anyone else 2 out? Oh, yeah, but you have no cards left, so you only have aces in the deck.
I've only got 1 ace out.
Go for it, Poe. Punch him. Do something.
Yeah, all right.
Stop their vehicle.
I am gonna force. I'm gonna. You know what? He punched me. I'm gonna okay. I shouldn't have had that little flask before I came into work. I had a shot. I'm gonna try to punch him. Yeah, maybe try to start pulling him out or something like that.
Okay.
All right. So
it'll be a force draw from you.
is there actually anything I can reach inside? Let me see. A second. Let me check my profile here. What that would be considered like a weapon, like a bottle or something. I'm guessing a bottle because there's a lot of bottles. Anything
There's
within
definitely
reach?
a lot of bottles. Yeah, for sure.
Can I use a bottle to hit him because I'm heavy hand, so I get I guess well, I don't want a bigger explosion, so I don't want to grab a Molotov. I guess like more accurate would be a good thing. So there's a lot more force with a bottle in my hand than punching him.
Okay. You trying to angle for that being a gizmo or a tool?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, it's a weapon essentially, so that'll work on any force or combat focused gizmo or weapon or more effective.
Yeah, so I mean, you could even for that matter just pistol whip him.
Oh, that's true. I'll pistol whip him.
Which we have established that you have a handgun. That is
Yes.
the weapon that you have brought with you. So yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so I will pistol whip him.
Okay.
And that's 2 cards. 7 and a 2, and the 7 is a clubs.
Okay. You should, if it's an item, you should draw a third card as well. It's one of the tools.
Yeah.
that you have
Oh,
with
it
you.
doesn't say. Okay, but I'll do it. Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
And an ace of hearts. Okay, so I get a plus. If it's since I have a club, I get a +2. Or no?
Because it is a club draw. Yes.
Yes. So it's 7. It'll be a 12 unless I use the ace. uh, what do you guys think? Should I go 3 aces out? No. I'm gonna stick with.
Wait. Be crazy like Clara.
All right, fine. Aces out.
Okay. That's your third. All right.
Yes.
Probably wise. I had a 14 total. So you pistol whip Sam Wormwood rather. Correct? Not the driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam. Yeah.
You pistol whip
We're not so
Sam.
much worried about the other guys. It's more
Right.
him.
So you pistol whip Sam Wormwood, kind of right in the side of his head. He falls against the door, and the door opens, and he's hanging on, still in his seat, but leaning far out of the car. Definitely barely holding on here. He is no longer holding on to his Tommy gun that's in the floorboard in front of him. He no longer has a Molotov cocktail in his hand. He's just trying to hold on for dear life at this point. You think you see a really strange thing as he reaches out to grab this door to stabilize himself. His arm bends in a really unnatural way. Kind of the opposite that you would probably expect for it to move.
Also, like my arm. Like literally my arm.
Yeah,
I'm double
probably
jointed.
double jointed, but like
But
then
more.
some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Cirque du Soleil kind of bend the wrong way. All right. So that is Poe for the round. Who's next?
Believe I am the only one that has not yet gone.
Okay. Looks like our counter's at 3 currently. That should be with Poe's success. So
Um. I want to use the environment in such a way. I want to imagine that we're coming through. We're like going through a town or whatever, and now we're getting to a space where we're kind of going to do like the road kind of forks, and they're going to take one direction, we're going to take another, because ours is faster, and I know the city better, and I know that this way is going to be a better route to get closer to them. So while we may go apart, we're going to come back and we'll be much closer.
okay. So again, using your understanding of the layout of the city, I definitely think that could qualify as a cunning. So you'll draw 2 cards.
I do not like that look that you just gave.
Draw 2 diamonds. Come on, 2 diamonds.
Okay, well, I got a 7 of diamonds.
Okay.
Now,
so
one more diamond.
9.
I got an 8 of diamonds.
Okay. So that's
So that's-
15 plus 4, so that's 19. Plus it's your strong suit.
Yeah.
So
So that's
22.
22.
Excellent.
It is 24.
Yeah, probably.
Oh no, is that a 1?
It's a 10 for a
Ace,
ham.
So
And a
You're
10 and an 8.
you were wrong. Not a 24.
I'm gonna go over there and switch decks with you, man. I'll be right back, guys. I got this one.
Okay,
I got
we're
this one.
taking a break right now. 10 minutes, go.
Wow. Wow.
Jeremy's
Wow.
camera starts shaking violently.
Good grief. I literally have 4 cards left in my draw pile right now.
Well, we know we can't. They can't be high. Can't
Well,
be high
two,
groups.
I can't. Where are all the twos and
Well, I have drawn them. They're just almost always like the little
third
guy
card.
behind the big guy in the fight going, yeah, get him.
You draw a couple. You draw a 10, an 8, and a 2.
It's right, exactly. So
Equivalent.
they've represented, just not all together. Oh my god. Okay. All right, so that slides us from a 3 back to a 4. Oh my gosh. And also going to be a loss of a card.
Oh, for poop's sakes.
What'd
It's
you
my
get?
ace. It's my last
ace?
ace.
Okay, so that turns it into a success.
But it's my last ace. My ace is out.
No. It goes to your discard.
I thought it was
Not your-
it's removed,
Nope.
but it counts as a success.
No, it goes to your discard. That's the way we
This
handled
is-
it with
you're-
Mike
you're-
earlier.
But you're doing a discard of cards, not a draw. So you're taking the cards to discard, and the ace saved you. So you succeed at a penalty,
At a cost, right?
at a cost. Yeah.
But it just goes to your discard.
Yeah.
It's not like you drawing. This is you're drawing to discard, right?
That was the original. This is the penalty, so it's drawing to remove.
Right, but
Yes.
the ace counters that. You have
Exactly.
like a critical success on your discard.
Right. So
You
you
succeed
succeed
while
at a
failing.
cost,
I'm going
Right.
to take it.
but it goes into your
my
discard,
last
not
ace.
your remove. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way we handled it before when it came up. So we're being consistent, even if we're
Okay.
wrong. So that's the way we do things here.
So is this just us not fully grasping the rules, or is this poorly written in the rules?
I don't know. Again, worth a note.
Okay.
I'll
Josh
go
has
back
just
and look at
popped
it.
in, so we could ask him.
Oh, there you go. Maybe he can answer the question while we're on break here in just a minute. Yeah. But I think, again, that's how we handled it before, so that's how we're going to handle it for the time being, until I hear otherwise. Okay. Ooh. I'm all verklempt. Okay. So that was everybody for the round? Okay. Things are in dire straits. All right. Poe is in the back passenger side seat of the lead milk truck. Kind of currently engaged in close quarters combat with Sam Wormwood. Hanging on to the fender of the escaping milk truck outside is Guy, being dragged through the dirt. Oddly
I
enough.
pulled myself up.
Oh, you pulled yourself up? You did. You succeeded. I'm sorry. Did we change the thing for your success?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I know we're used to me failing, but I actually succeeded on that.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Okay. So Guy has now pulled himself up onto the sideboard of the lead milk truck. The two vehicles have now parted into like a fork in the road. The milk truck, the lead milk truck on the left, the pursuing milk truck on the right, driven by Clara, and also dragging someone in the dirt behind it as Robert is hanging on to this door as it is slowly peeling its way off of the car. Maybe some of these bullet holes kind of caused like a perforation of the steel or something, and it is slowly peeling away. That was all the players for the round. So we're going to take the bad guy actions, and then I think we're going to take our break. Okay, Sam Wormwood is door open, leaning out over the road, engaged in fisticuffs with Poe. He pulls himself back into the car and is going to slam his body back into the seat that separates the two of you, trying to cause the seat to basically collapse into you. So that's going to be a force for him. So you'll draw your 2 cards. Force is a neutral suit for you.
Nine of clubs and a 5 of hearts.
Okay.
14,
14
16.
plus 2. So 16 total. All right. I got a 2 and 2 jokers.
Now, was that good for you or bad for me?
It's bad for me. Well, it's not overly bad for me because it just means I reshuffle. But discard and all of those. But they do count as zeros for me. So that is only a total of 2. What was your total again?
9, 10, 16.
Okay, so that is 2 successes above me. So once again, that's going to drop this from a 4 down to a 2. All right. So Sam tries to slam his body into the back of this chair. But as he does so, it does not give way like he hopes. And instead, you can hear the sound of what might be a spring from inside the cushion tearing through the front upholstery and probably stabbing into Sam's back. So he kind of howls in pain. Okay, the driver, he's just going to continue to drive. Okay, so that brings us to the bottom of round 5, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break here. We'll come back, finish this up. Hopefully all of the characters live through this, and then we can get to the other things that I have planned, the second bullet point. Yeah, I'm terrible at designing short games. It's known. It is known. So yeah, thank you everybody so much. Sit tight. We will be right back in just a jiff with the second half of City of Angels. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of our game this evening. This is City of Angels. This is the third playtest of the Aces Out system that is currently being developed and playtested. This is available from Josh Law at strengthmod.com. You should be able to find the link to find the rules in the description of the video. Please do check them out if you're interested in seeing what this game's all about. It's a really fun game. We're butchering it, but hey, that's what we do here on this channel. I
just want you to know that this really is Poe. He's in disguise.
Oh no, it bounced all around. I'll fix it in just a second here. Yeah. So speaking of butchered, all of the players are in a little rough shape currently. This situation could still go either way, I think it's safe to say. The counter for our chase scene is down to 2. That is the lowest it has been the entire chase, so it could still definitely go in the player's favor. However, we also have several people that are very closes to going aces outses. I run games for a living. So, it still could honestly go either way, I think, which is very tense. Very tense. Which is great. That's what I want. So, without any further ado, I think we can get right back into it. The Tale of Two Milk Trucks. We have one that has taken a left at the fork. The front passenger door has swung open. Sam Wormwood had been hanging out of the car on that side, has now pulled himself back into the vehicle and is in a scuffle with Poe. Let's see. Guy has pulled himself up out of the dirt and is now on the runner on the side of the milk truck. The two of them are on that car, and on the right side, the second milk truck, the one that was or is still in pursuit, Robert McMillan is hanging off of the rear passenger door in the dirt, being dragged through the street as it is slowly peeling its way further and further off of the car that is being driven by Clara Buchanan. All right. Did I miss anything? Yeah? Okay. Oh, there's 3 flat tires between these two vehicles. So this is a high-speed chase of about 16, 17 miles an hour. Breakneck speed. Yes, it is player actions. I have just reached the end of my deck and pulled 2 jokers.
Of course you have.
So now I have completely reshuffled and now have a fresh.
Yes,
fresh
of course you do. So I'd like to go first if that's all right with the group. We're coming back, like we're now coming towards each other again. We've done that shortcut. We're coming back. We're at 2, so I kind of almost imagine like that we're going to be. When we're back, like we haven't stopped them, we haven't got ahead of them or anything, but we're like neck and neck. So I look in through the window and catch the guy's that's driving's eye. This is where I'm going to use my power to draw him into a trap, causing him to be distracted at a very pivotal moment. Because what he does not know is like right ahead, the road is turning. But I'm going to make sure he's got my eye contact. And that cigarette that I've been holding this entire time, I'm going to flick it into his lap.
Has it got one of those grandma ashes on it? It's just
it's huge because I haven't been able to do anything with it right now, right?
Okay. So that's definitely going to be, this is a thing you can do, right? This is one of your powers?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to say that this is a distraction. This is a power that you are using. So let's do...
He draws less cards?
Okay, we're going to do this. So this will be a distraction. This is a cunning power, so we're going to call it a cunning draw. And whatever your result is, you can double for this draw.
Okay. Oh, please be good to me, cards. 7 of clubs.
Okay.
6 of clubs.
Okay. So it's a 13 plus the 3 for it being your strong suit.
Yep.
So a 16. Doubled is 32.
Oh, that's a nice number. I like it.
Okay. I had a 15.
They're all diamonds.
15. There are 2 diamonds on there.
Oh,
So that is 19 total. You still handily beat my draw. So you flick your cigarette in through the open window of his car. It lands in his lap. He very quickly kind of reaches down after a second and tries to start swatting at it, which only makes things worse. Soon he has taken his eyes completely off the road and at least one hand, if not both hands, off of the wheel. That is a trouncing success. So, Kaeryn, how do you bring this chase to an end?
so he completely misses the corner, like I was hoping. And so instead of taking that corner, he slams into the brick building of the library that was right there. I can imagine that now, like there's the back of the truck where there's still some milk bottles are now like shattered. It's leaking. Milk's everywhere. The front end of his truck is steaming as it's crumpled. I mean, we were only going 15 miles an hour, so it's like crumpled as much as that is. But so they're stopped, but they are not hurt, I would not assume. Maybe shaken, but not stirred.
Okay. Yeah. The driver is kind of panicked, trying to get this cigarette butt out of his lap, and slams straight into this brick wall. He goes forward, hits himself, at least, his sternum kind of on the steering wheel column, and collapses over to the side, kind of dazed out of it a little. Where Sam Wormwood was still kind of fighting with Poe, he was turned around paying attention to Poe and not paying attention to where they were going. So when they careen into this brick wall, he's thrown backwards into the dashboard. There's this crack noise as his back hits the dashboard, and the front half of his body goes through the windshield onto the hood of the car with several bricks. If he's alive, it's not going to be very pretty. You're able to bring the car to a stop, Clara, which means that those of you who are still in danger from being drugged behind the car are now safe. However, when this car crashed, 2 of your compatriots were on it. So I need Guy and Poe, both of you please, to roll me...
What is this
force.
rolling?
I'm sorry. Not rolling. I can't help it. You see the D20 on my shirt? I was born this. I learned it from watching you, okay?
I was trying to get out.
So, a draw, if you will. This is going to be force.
One second. I got a kid emergency.
Okay, sure thing. Yep. What you got, Paul?
Eight of clubs, 2 of diamonds. So
10.
12.
Plus 2. Yep, 12. Okay. Okay. I got 7, a 2, and an ace. So that's 20. No. 7 and 2. 19. 19 total. Okay.
Oh, in that case, no, still loose.
Yeah. Poe, you were engaged in a hardcore scuffle with this person, if he is in person at all. And you're just not paying attention. You kind of look up at the last second and see this brick wall like barreling towards you, and you slam into the seat that he was trying to break to get to fall back into you. You kind of catch the edge of that seat kind of right across your throat, and you reel backwards in your seat, having been stopped. So you're not going to get flung out of the car or anything drastic, but the wind has completely left you. You're gasping for air as the seat seems to have at least temporarily collapsed your windpipe. We'll just say that Guy is thrown into the rubble and things off to the side, and for the time being is not moving. It is your turn still. Clara has gone. No one else has. So the rest of you get to take an action before they get their turn.
Go get them, gents.
You want to go first, Robert?
I don't mind. So Robert will kind of and then drop off of the door instead of climbing back in. And then he'll scrounge to his feet. Maybe even like, because the cars are pretty high in that era, like crawl under, like to straight line towards the pursuitants, and then just dive on one of the guys, knock any weapons away from them if they do that kind of thing.
Certainly. Yeah, we'll say that the driver has like stumbled out of the driver's side of the car, and you managed to kind of just run up and just, blindside him and take him down to the ground. Maybe a swift punch or something to the face. He's not going to move. The intention just to apprehend him or to end him?
Apprehend.
Okay. So maybe even you slap some irons on him. Something to that effect. Are you actual law enforcement or are you a private detective?
Law enforcement.
Okay.
But not the detective, not like a street beater.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're an actual investigator.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to throw this guy into cuffs and get him apprehended. So we still have Poe and then Guy.
If you want to go back to see if Guy and if he managed to succeed or not.
Yeah, I already have my cards set aside. But Guy, you were just kind of thrown into some rubble off to the side, and as of right now, it was unclear whether or not you were still conscious. But that was just because you had to step away for a moment. So you're banged up, bruised a little bit. I'll let you determine how badly. But you can also have an action if you'd like, because you have not gone this turn.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
So you wanted us to draw cards or
nope.
No?
I already have my cards discarded and everything. So you were thrown into a pile of rubble off to the side, banged up a little bit, but you still have an action this round if you'd like.
Okay, cool. And I'm sorry. Could you like reset the scene for me?
Absolutely. Yep. So chase was coming to a head, and Clara flicked a lit cigarette butt into the lap of the driver, which caused enough of a distraction for him to not see a brick wall at a turn, and collided straight into the brick wall. the car is out of commission. The driver slammed forward into the steering column and then got out of the car, but was immediately tackled by Robert and is now in handcuffs. Poe is in the back seat and is gasping for air. And Sam Wormwood was thrown backwards over the dashboard, where you heard a very large cracking noise as he went through the windshield and is kind of bent at a weird angle over the dashboard backwards.
Okay. With like no concern for his actual health at all, because he's a weird looking guy. I want to pull him the rest of the way out of the windshield and handcuff him.
Okay. You manage to pull him handily out of the car as he cusses and spits and kicks at you as much as he can. Well, actually, he probably doesn't kick at you. It becomes pretty clear that it looks like he's broken his back. He is not in good shape at all. But you can certainly put him into handcuffs.
Yeah, I will put him in the handcuffs and I will plop down, resting against the front tire of the car with him cussing and spitting at me, and light a cigarette. And
he's coughing up blood, wheezing. Whenever you pull out a cigarette and light it, he kind of looks at you, kind of spits on the ground, and then kind of jerks his chin back. You mind if I bum one from you?
side eye him. And I reach into my jacket and I'll light that cigarette and I'll put it in his mouth.
He leans back and inhales, kind of inclines his head back and lets the smoke just kind of roll out of his mouth and his nostrils. Thanks.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too, Copper. Okay. You are out of the chase, out of combat, and out of danger of going completely aces out for the moment. What are you doing?
Is Poe dying?
After a minute or so, probably not quite a minute, he manages to start regaining the ability to breathe. Though he was probably a disturbing shade of bluish purple for several seconds before his windpipe kind of corrects itself.
I'm such a good friend.
I think Clara's taking this time while they're, apprehending those guys to she's going to change that flat tire we got. And if it involves taking off one of the tires of their vehicle, so be it.
You certainly can do so. Absolutely. You definitely notice, like, as you're that close to the back side of their vehicle, because the rear tires were the ones that were unpopped, that there is definitely milk mixed with something else, dark brown in color, that's pouring out of the bullet holes from the back of this milk truck.
Guy?
Yeah, Clara.
You maybe want to take that cigarette.
Don't even think about it. Just jerk it from his mouth.
Hey, what the... Whatever.
And she would just kind of gesture to a guy to come here so that he can see what she's talking about or what she was alluding to with that.
I stand up real slow and I stretch my back, and Clara can hear it from the other side of the car that it popped several times, and I walk over to see what she's looking at.
Likewise, you can see that where the bullet holes are close enough to the bottom of the container compartment of this truck that there is what looks like milk mixed with something in these little streams that are pouring out.
Oh shit! And I put my cigarette out.
So knowing that the truck is a very volatile and potentially deadly bomb in front of us, Clara's going to hurry up with that the changing of the tire as quick as she can.
Okay.
Yep. Robert's gonna take his guy over to that mess and kind of like push him into it a little bit, hold him. And what are you guys up to in that factory?
Nothing. It's just milk. It's good for your bones, good for your teeth.
Then drink it up, and he'll shove his face into it.
Yeah, and he is kind of splashing against his face, but you definitely managed to force him to kind of drink some of it.
Now, what is it?
Kind of sputters. It's whiskey. It's whiskey.
Kind of toss him aside.
He kind of sputters and lays there for a little while.
Now, who you working for?
It's a private enterprise.
Nothing's ever private in this town.
Poe was coughing a bit and trying to get his catch his breath a bit, and he's just staring at the guy, just not taking his eyes off of him lying on the ground, and he still doesn't know what to believe and what he saw. If it was actually real or not.
Poe, every time that you make eye contact with Sam Wormwood, he gives you this unsettling smirk. Like he knows that you're freaked out by whatever you saw. It's very clear that he's taking some joy from the confusion or disgust, or maybe a mixture of both, that's kind of playing out on your face.
Oh, what is it? What's got you spooked?
Probably a little odd for Poe. He's usually not to be spooked in a sense like this. You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you. But I still keep an eye on him.
You'll never know if you don't tell me.
You think I was drinking the stuff myself? I tell you.
What'd you see?
I only caught a glimpse in the mirror. It was his face, but it wasn't his face. Like he had no nose, and he had some wire in and out of his mouth or something. I think I hit my head too hard. That must be it.
Yeah, definitely, because, you're right. I don't believe you.
All right, from the four of you, one a volunteer, if you would.
I will.
Okay. Guy, at some point, you are patting down one of the three of these goons, and you manage to find a matchbook in one of his pockets. The matchbook is from the Morningstar Club.
Well, what do we have here?
Just matches, boss.
The Morning Star. I'll put those in my pocket.
All right. All four of you, if you would, you choose between either magnetism or cunning and make a draw.
I'll go cunning.
Okay.
I will also go cunning.
Okay.
Maybe I should go. No, I'm not going to go cunning.
And when you say draw, like, is that 2 still?
It'll be 2 cards. Yep.
Okay.
By cunning, you meant force, right?
Close. Very close.
I guess everyone is doing cunning except for me.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I have a 10 and 2 of clubs.
Okay. So
12.
12. All right. 12. Okay. What else we got?
I have a 9 and 3, plus my
Also
3
a 12.
for...
And then 3, so 15?
Yep.
Okay. And Robert?
I have a 3 of clubs,
Ooh, okay.
and then I have an 8 of diamonds.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So 3 plus 3, 6, 8 and 2, 16.
Okay. Excellent. And then Poe, you are going with magnetism.
Correct?
Okay.
Okay, my first card is a 7 of diamonds. So
Okay.
that is a total of 10
Okay.
with my plus 3
Right.
and a joker.
Okay. So 7, and then you'll reshuffle. Okay. Let's see here.
No, 10. 7 plus 3,
Oh,
right?
10. Sorry. Yes. Plus 3
Yeah.
because it's your strong suit. Correct. 10 total. Okay. So Guy and Poe, between the two of you, you'll basically discover that each one of them has one of these matchbooks on them. All of them to the Morningstar Club. Poe, you know, again, this is not overly difficult. I don't know exactly how to make at a cost here. Well, actually, I do. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. You know that these hoodlums would not be allowed through the front doors of a place like the Morningstar Club. Like, they're not, like, the clothing that they're wearing and things like that is not nice enough to pass muster at the Morningstar Club. However, the cost that I am implementing, the reason that you know this is because you have a very bad reputation at the Morningstar Club. I'll let you decide the nature of that if and when it comes up.
Quick. Does this club serve alcohol? Is it a speakeasy or is it more just like an entertainment club?
It is at least rumored to be a speakeasy. If you know the right things to say or the right people, supposedly you can find your way to the back room. The gold room is what it's called. Okay. As far as the cunning draws, okay. The cunning, Mike, your cunning was the one that was high, right?
Yeah, I had a 16.
Yeah, and I got a 15.
The 15. Okay, so they're both pretty similar. All right, Clara, you realize that at some point you're looking through the back of this truck. You realize that these glass bottles have 2 layers to them. That the outer layer seems to have been filled with milk, and the inner layer was actually filled with whiskey. It seems like they were transporting booze, which is not overly surprising. It is, however, Robert, that you notice as you're kind of looking over Clara's shoulder or looking in one of the other crates, kind of discovering the same thing about these milk bottles, that you spot something really strange. You see a part of a feather that is slightly sticking out against the bottom of this crate.
Clara, what is that there? Looks like some kind of feather. We've been seeing feathers like that down at the station.
When we look at it closer, can we tell what kind of feather it is? If it's a real feather versus
Yeah, it's
handmade
strange
one?
because there's not a whole lot of it that is sticking out from what you can see, but one of the reasons why you were able to spot it is because it is like pure white. But there's only a part of it that is sticking out, and you realize after looking at it for a second, you realize that these crates, this one crate, has a false bottom in it beneath the bottles of milk and whiskey.
Seems like there's some kind of compartment. Can you get that open?
Yeah, I would start looking at it to see if there is if first of all we need to remove the bottles that are inside the crate first to get to this false bottom. Maybe we start with that anyway,
I'll
just
do
to be
that.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much time, to be able to remove these. And
Then
eventually you're able
I'm
to
probably
kind of
gonna
wobble this.
shatter them on the ground while
Yeah, that
we're
makes
at it.
sense. Yep.
And I
Sorry, go
think
ahead,
then
Kaeryn.
I go to the back of the vehicle and use my other power because I think I've snuck in a crowbar. Just
Okay.
because you might need one, which would be perfect for this.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so you managed to pry this box apart and get into the bottom of it. Sam Wormwood is not very pleased. He is kind of craning his neck back around towards where you're working in the back of this truck, messing with these crates. Seems to be very on edge. He is kind of rambling on. Sounds like curse words, but it's not in a language that you ever heard before.
What was that? Yeah,
Leave it
I
alone.
was-
Look, I'll plead guilty. It's not like I've never beaten a rap for booze before. Just take me in. Let's get this over with.
Your knickers in a knot, old Gramps.
He's still on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kick him.
He kind of doubles over and starts muttering in that weird language again. Clara, you pry the false bottom out of this crate, and you see in the bottom portion of this storage crate, this space, there's a pair of massive bird wings that are made of pure white feathers. And they're stained with blood. These wings would probably form like a 20-foot wingspan if unfurled. You also find a strange gold coin.
And these
This-
feathers are real. Like they're real. They're not
Yes.
synthetic. They're okay. Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
This strange gold coin It depicts a triquetra, which is a triangular Celtic knotwork.
Any of you's ever seen anything like this?
Guy, you know me. I always have something to say, but speechless. Like,
We've
Yeah.
had
Go ahead.
we've had a couple of guys here recently that coming in with white feather on them at the station, but I've never seen anything like this.
coming in from where?
There's people making trouble around town, bootlegging, or the like.
The bootleggers have the feathers on them. Huh.
But I've never seen a bird this big.
And I think she'd maybe take one tip of the wing and pass it to you, and then try to like spread it out to see exactly how big this thing is.
And does it have like bone in it? And like, is the blood on it from itself, or like?
Yes. These are like actual wings, not just wings worth of feathers, like actual wings.
It's an
I mean, I've heard
angelic
albatrosses are
thing.
no. Really? That's what you're going with?
That's just what it looks like. It's that kind of feel to it.
Oh, what did you see? Maybe you didn't hit your head.
I said I saw his reflection in the mirror. Didn't look human. And you bend down, like pull something out of the guy's pocket that looks like a matchbook, and you hear him swearing right now.
Anybody know anybody that could make heads or tails of these things?
As if on cue, while the four of you are kind of standing around this crate, kind of distracted, you realize that Sam Wormwood has gotten to his feet and is running. I will remind all of you, at least a few of you, recognized that he broke his back in that crash. He is now running as fast as he can.
I would like to shoot him.
I want to shoot him.
Okay? Not going to make you draw for it. The two of you opening up on him, not a problem. You're able to fill him full of lead. He does that, jerking dance, being hit several times in the back, and goes face first into the dust.
Especially with
Not,
It ain't
shooting, I'm going to take off after him.
like not human at all.
It ain't possible. And I want to run with Robert up towards the hopefully corpse.
And he's still cuffed too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, unless his arms turn into tentacles.
You run up on him, and both of you notice as you get to him, it's impossible, but you're also kind of sure that you saw something that looked almost like a gas, or maybe a shadow of some kind, crawling out of the bullet holes in his body and seeping into the ground.
Oh, fuck you. And I shoot him in the back of the head.
You pull the trigger again. The loud report of the gun, however, is the only after effect. There is no further shadow or gas that comes from that bullet hole.
You saw that, right?
We need a priest.
I need a drink. I go back towards and try to, I'm looking through the truck now, see if I can find a bottle of whiskey. If I find one, I'm going to down it, the entire thing.
It's this.
Do we break them all?
Yeah, it's this. Several of them have been broken, at least. At least most of the ones from that one crate. It's an interesting combination, milk and whiskey together. But in this circumstance, perhaps still somewhat settling.
I'm sure I cut my hand trying to grab a bottle.
It might be a White Russian.
Always comes back to the Russians.
Okay. So the question is, what's next? What are you doing with this information?
He goes back to looking. Cole looks back at the matchbook. What was the name of the place again? The club?
The Morning Star Club.
Why did it have to be the Morning Star Club?
I like those.
I don't know how these guys got into the Morning Star Club, but I have a bad feeling it has to do with that. But let's say they have a back room. If you know the right words, you can get in. Maybe a delivery, but usually they don't get a matchbook by making a delivery.
You mean try to make like we're bringing the goods and see what's inside?
You see Poe pulls out of his pocket. It's a little worn, but it's an identical matchbook out of his pocket.
You frequent this place?
Not for a while.
So drop the skinny. What are we walking into?
I don't know. Well, aside from speakeasy in the back, I don't know of any other illegal activities. Not as a whole that the place runs, but that doesn't mean illegal activity is not conducted in the back. The rest of the club has some entertainment and stuff. More legal entertainment, and obviously they don't serve the alcohol out front.
Okay. From the other three of you, Robert, Guy, or Clara, I need a volunteer, please.
I'll volunteer.
Okay. Clara, you two have some level of experience or knowledge about the Morning Star Club. But the way you know of it is that it is frequented by an individual known as Lucian Venerius, who is a pretty high up in the organized crime world, in the bootlegging world, as a matter of fact. And you have suspected for some time, even before getting this assignment, that Sam Wormwood is one of his henchmen.
I would relay that to the guys.
Run that by me one more time. He's what?
You know, the boss, the big wig, the shit. The big guy. No. Lucian Veneris.
Did you say he frequents the club?
Correct.
Not directly. It's not his club or anything.
No. It's just kind of, it's known as, like, in the organized crime world, that's his spot. He doesn't own it necessarily. It's just,
it's not his club, but it's his club.
Right. Exactly.
So,
it's the
Now,
club on his turf.
Is that a recent thing, or it's been for a while?
No, it's been for a little while.
So we walk into a wise guy bar, and what? We're supposed to ask for this Lucian Venereal, and everything's supposed to go right?
No, you do that and everything will go wrong. That's his turf.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. So what are we really doing here? Oh, we're gonna go head to head with the mob?
No.
Find me what the was it the chief inspector sent us to do? Like,
Yeah, the district attorney.
District attorney, thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, DA told us to bring this fuck over here. He ain't moving no more. As far as I know, we get paid for that and nothing else.
Well, why don't we do that?
Well, he's kind of dead. We were supposed to bring him back to get
Well,
information.
he was kind of dead before and he didn't stop him, so
Yeah, I've seen quite a few broken backs, and I've never seen one get up and run away before.
and what I'm saying is we were paid to do this job, so let's do this job and give him the shit. And if he wants us to do another job, that takes more money, a hell of a lot more money, especially if we're talking about Lucian and Morningstar.
See, this is why I like you, Clara.
Kind of interesting that Morningstar, his name is Lucian, almost Lucifer, Morningstar. Never mind.
But we do have their truck and their shipment. So if we are quick about it, we might be able to capitalize on just that, Clara. Propose another job to him.
We could blow this whole thing up for the DA and walk away with some cash in our pockets.
And some booze off the streets.
And most importantly,
booze
walk
off the
away.
streets.
Oh man.
Well, it's literally on the street right now.
With that, Clara's going to be packaging up those wings again because that's definitely coming with us. Don't know what that means, but ain't leaving them here.
Okay. So you package up these wings.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe perhaps the remaining bottles that have not been broken or drunken yet.
Yep.
We'll say
Minus
there's, a half
missing.
a half of a crate remaining. All of you smell like milk and whiskey.
And the body and the handcuffed dude. Yeah, I'll get piled them back.
The two bodies and the handcuffed dude. You have Sam Wormwood and the first.
Oh, the other guy was still in
the.
He didn't fell out. He's still in there.
Yep. Yep, he was in that window.
Yep. Both bodies and the.
Okay.
Driver.
And where are you headed?
the DA's house. Nice and personal. I think that's what this is supposed to be.
What time of day is it? To be at his office?
You tell me.
I imagined it was nighttime, which is why we were doing the sting, because they were going to.
Perfect.
They're moving.
That makes sense.
Getting ready for the morning run of milk, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. this this may not be a one shot. All right.
I can't even make it out of the intro.
Please, Jeremy, say it ain't so.
You head to the address of the DA, Gabriel E. Burchard. It's the middle of the night. You pull up. You come to a stop. Daisy is like leaking steam and smoke, like still dragging part of the door, leaving sparks behind it. It pulls up in front of the DA's house, and Daisy almost like just sighs, like exhales with relief to a sputtering stop.
Again, I'll pat the dashboard and say, "Don't worry, baby. We'll fix you up. Good as new.
Something falls off the car.
I'll get you a better one."
The door.
Yeah.
I was just holding you back. I can get you a better one.
All right, who's knocking on the DA's door in the middle of the night?
I guess I am. That's not Guy. Definitely not Guy.
Not Guy. No. Oh, whiskey breath guy.
For several reasons. I guess I'm gonna go talk to him.
Guy whose house smells like burnt up hot dogs.
Oh, dressed as guy.
It's. I don't like those implications.
We established that when you weren't paying attention, but hey.
Okay, Poe. You mount the front steps of this house, kind of up to the door, knock. Dogs kind of bark in the neighboring yards on either side. You see a couple of porch lights maybe come on. It takes you like at least a second knock before you hear like a, all right, I'm coming. You hear the locks on the door being undone, and the door opens, and a very sleepy, in his robes, DA kind of pokes his head out of the door. Poe.
Sure. I wouldn't say it went perfectly well, but we're alive and got information. That's always a win, I guess.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Well, I thought you would want to know. Held it. And I motion back to the rest of the.
Yeah, he kind of like looks after you, or past your past you, kind of at the car, and he kind of blinks, and then looks. What the hell happened?
Oh, we intercepted a delivery of milk and whiskey. And, well, I fill him in on all the details, everything. It's like, yeah, we got some information, of obviously connections with the Morning Star Club, which I guess is kind of obvious, with his being Lucian and he works for him. So
Come in. Kind of opens the door and motions for all of you to come in, kind of like looking up and down the street.
did we We took all 3 bodies with us.
I believe so. 2 bodies and 1 in chains.
Oh, the driver, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, we didn't kill all of them. Good.
Who's the last one to head into the DA's house? Clara?
Actually, I asked Guy to keep an eye on the truck. We don't want to. We have evidence in there, and 2 bodies. Well, I don't know if we're bringing in the prisoner with us, but
Nah, I don't think we should. This is the guy's home.
Okay.
yeah. So
So is
unless he
is
asks
somebody
for him.
remaining outside then?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, guy is.
Yeah, Guy, I'll stay with my prisoner as well. That's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
so I guess just Clara.
So Guy and
some-
Robert are going to hang out outside.
Yeah, I'd like to lug in the crate that we put the wings back in.
Okay.
I'll give her a hand.
Okay. So Clara and Poe are going to carry this crate inside, while Guy and Robert are going to kind of hang out the car with the arrested driver. Guy, you're, I don't know, maybe sitting outside the car, leaning against it, maybe smoking a cigarette finally. And the morning paper comes by, and it flings onto the sidewalk, not far from you, definitely not anywhere near the house, as the paperboy keeps pedaling on. And you look down and you see a headline that kind of catches your attention, especially in light of things that you've discovered. The title reads, "A Fourth Fallen Angel. The Hunt Continues for Notorious Slayer of Evangelists." You see a picture of a blonde dead woman slumped on the steering wheel of a car. There's been a recent string of murders, which is not unusual for Los Angeles. But the 3 young women who have all been killed so far have all been members of the entourage of Sister Raquel Seraphim, who is a radio evangelist and celebrity that sermonizes at a place called the Shining Light Church. These young women travel with her as a troupe who portray angels in her ministry events. Apparently, there has now been a 4th.
I pick up that newspaper. I'm reading that as I'm smoking my
Wow.
cigarette.
Mhm.
And I'll finish the cigarette and stomp it out while I'm still staring at it. I guess
Yes.
the story's just on the front page, right?
Yes.
Or
Well, it
okay.
continues. Yeah, it starts on the first page and then it continues, deeper in the newspaper.
Okay, once I get to the point where I got to go deeper into the newspaper, I'll fold it up and I'll put it in my jacket or my overcoat.
Okay. Meanwhile, inside, Clara and Poe, you carry this crate inside. The DA is kind of looking at you with his arms kind of thrown wide. There better be a really good explanation for this. You're dripping milk and whatever the hell that is. Whiskey? You drip all over my carpet.
That's what's inside. What you might want to see.
You told me. Booze.
Well, there's more than that. Claire, you want to show them what you found?
DA, Gabriel. I think you should sit down first. Because this ain't going to make a lot of sense.
He kind of looks a little disturbed, but nods. sits down, pulls out a cigar, lights it, pours himself a drink right in front of you. Okay.
Perfect. Clara has her back to him, and then she'll kind of reopen that crate, take one wing out, and before she turns back to him, she starts to kind of open it up a little bit so you can see like how big it is. But she won't open it up obviously all the way, but she opens it up slightly, so just so you know what it is we're looking at, and then she'll turn back to him.
Is there another glass? He poured himself a drink.
Yeah, there's probably another one at least in the room somewhere.
Yeah, I'll grab one and say, sorry, I need this. And I pour one myself.
Kind of raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, so when she
Sure, help
turns
yourself.
around, when she turns around, she'll see both of us drinking.
So you fan this wing out a bit.
A little bit, yeah. Enough so that he can tell it's a wing. It's a big wing. I can only imagine like it's probably almost as tall as Clara, right? Like probably comes down to her knees at least.
Yeah, probably. The outer feathers at least, whenever you kind of stand it up on end, I would say so.
Hold on. So they are attached to an actual wing?
Yes.
The feathers, yeah.
There's flesh and bone
Flesh.
and blood.
That's what, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it was a 20-foot wingspan, so one of them would be about 10 feet.
Yeah, so
Right.
she's kind of just holding it, it's like 2 to 3 feet unfurled at this point. So it's not even barely open, but enough that you can see that how big this thing is going to be.
He watches you do this and continues to kind of draw on his cigar, and he exhales slowly out of his nostrils and kind of reaches the fingers that are holding this stogie kind of up to his brow, where he's kind of massaging the wrinkles away from his face. Nods. Takes another drag on his cigar. I was afraid of that.
Clara's brow furls as he says that.
So you know what this is?
You were expecting this?
Dreading is maybe a better word.
What the hell am I holding?
Maybe it's you who ought to sit down. And he kind of ashes his cigar into an ashtray nearby.
I actually get another drink without even asking, and I hand it to her, Clara. or I put it down in front of her if she doesn't take it.
Yeah. He doesn't bat an eye at that at all.
Yeah, I think when he says that she has to sit down, I think she does, and that the wings kind of land in her lap, such that when Poe goes to hand her the glass, she's got a free hand, and she, without even really looking, like, yeah, I need this. So.
So
She just, yeah.
that's a set of wings that belong to an angel. There is no hint of joking or anything present in his face or his delivery. He is dead serious.
Like a real angel. Like God and angels.
Yes.
Am I getting this straight? Like that's what you're trying to tell me here?
Yes. As in Bible, God, angels, yes. They're real.
Does that mean what we saw, he had the broken back and he started, does that mean he's a demon then? That doesn't make
He kind
any
of
sense.
nods. I have suspected that Sam Wormwood might be a low-level demon. Yes.
I think Clara just powers the drink back. One gulp. It doesn't say anything else, just staring at DA.
Furthermore, Sam Wormwood works for a man I'm sure you've heard of named Lucian Veneris. I have my suspicions of Lucian's true nature as well. And I have for some time. You see, there's a battle that is happening here in the city of Los Angeles, between the forces who want to save the people who live here and the forces who are currently winning. He says, I happen to know this because I myself am an angel.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? Like, I think Clara would like stand up in just kind of like outrageous indignation, wings on the ground, just like,
Oh, come on.
like, where's the cameras? What am I on? Like, where's this?
After what we saw, that's the thing you're disbelieving?
Why the hell are you sending us in?
He stands up and kind of moves to kind of the far side of the room where there's a little bit of space. And he opens his robe. And as he does so, a pair of wings unfurl from his back and spread out probably at least 20 feet in a wingspan.
I'm glad you guys left Guy outside.
Were they black?
They are black with a little bit of gray, salt and pepper, just like his hair. I think we're actually going to call it there for the night.
Of course you are. That's a perfect spot.
I mean, that's a hell of a cliffhanger.
Because there's enough remaining that there's no way that we're going to be able to get through it tonight. If any of you have an issue with being able to attend, if we cannot find a time that works out, absolutely no worries whatsoever. We'll make it all work and make it make sense.
You have me intrigued now, man. I mean, there's no going back.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I apologize for not bringing things to a close in the time that we had.
Darn, if we have to play again, I am heartbroken.
Yeah.
You know how much we hate sitting at your table, Jeremy. Listening to you wax poetic with your stories and your vocabulary.
Shocking us with angels and demons.
I don't get to see in black and white very often.
I don't like having this much fun. No, this is too much fun.
Hey, if people can sit at the table and call what happened to your characters in the first half of this game fun, then that's fantastic.
It's therapeutic.
That was wondering.
Claire's wondering that, but
what are you talking about? My character didn't go down. This was
He was like, "This is pretty good considering all the others."
A highlight event.
Clara's wondering if that bullet that grazed her actually took her right out, and she's just imagining this.
Michael, I gotta know, with your bad rolls and that long of a history with Jeremy at his home table, How many characters have been just slaughtered at this merciless storytellers?
Not as many as you might think. There's usually a lot of people at the table, so we can usually get back up.
Yeah, true. And again, especially in 5th edition, it's really hard to kill a character outright in 5th edition, unless that's just kind of like your goal. But it's happened. There's been a couple of TPKs. Yeah.
Dungeon of Death, man.
there was one dungeon that may have had several character deaths in it.
Yeah, I think we TPK'd that same one twice.
Yeah, I think so. In the first room. So, yeah. This was a blast, y'all. Thank you very, very much for agreeing to play in this. This has been a hell of a game to finally get together and get on the books. So I'm really, really happy that it worked out that at least 4 of us could sit down and play this evening. I missed Stevie. Love him very much, and sadly couldn't be here tonight. But maybe, who knows? Maybe he can make it for the second part.
That would be perfect.
And
'cause I
say
think
something
we need
about
him.
Nina Priest.
We need a priest.
That would
Definitely
be
need-
beautiful. Michael, you're on it.
I got you,
You
man.
need to convince him. No. Yeah, this was fantastic, though. I had an absolute blast, and I'm really happy that y'all seem to be invested in what's going on and wanted to know more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. I'm going to pass things back over to these very fantastic players so that they can give parting words, say whatever they'd like to say, touch again on where you might be able to find them on the internet or what they might have going on currently. And yeah, then we're going to call it a night. So we're going to start in reverse order with Paul.
Everyone, thanks for joining us. Yes, I was playing Poe, the Master of Disguise. He did an amazing job of looking like a worker and convinced him to take the detour. And then I think things went downhill after that, pretty much. That was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how I mess up on my card skills next session. So
No,
yeah,
man, it was pretty brutal for everybody involved. That was grueling, but at the same time, everybody made it through. Mark down, if you would, how many aces you are out. Just, make a notation on your character sheet or what have you. I think you'll have basically enough time to recuperate probably 1, maybe 2. I don't know. I'll figure out how I want to handle that. Kind of the downtime between what's going on here and what's going to happen next.
well,
we'll
it should
figure
be
out how
all
we
the
wanna
cards, correct? Because we're gonna put because it's not just the aces that we have out. We have
Oh, discarded.
other cards. Yeah, the whole discard.
Good point. Yeah.
Because I think the rules are something like you pick so many, or you randomly.
Yeah. That's a great point. So we'll tackle that when we log off for the game. We'll handle that off air and figure out how we want to do that. But it's a great point to make. So thank you, Paul. Okay, up next is Kaeryn.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, also known as Myth and Gears. Like you said, you can find me here. Find me on Mini Train Domain. And I had a real blast tonight. This was a lot of fun. Completely went in a direction I was not expecting at all. So cool. Thanks. That's amazing. I cannot wait for the second half. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I can't wait to get back together with all of you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kaeryn. Yeah, not how I saw it going either. At least in the first part, that took a lot longer and was a lot more punishing than I thought it was going to be. But again, like it was good. It was a good amount of tension, even if it wasn't intentional. Unintentional tension. There's a play on words there somewhere. All right, next up we have Jason.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason, and every time I play with these two people. Dark Eldritch horrors happen. And I love every second of it. No, seriously. I'm with Kaeryn. This like took a turn that I was not expecting happening, and I'm loving every second of it. So I'm real eager to get back in session. That's going to be freaking awesome. Really, the only place you can find me is when I'm lucky enough to be able to sit at a table with some of these fine people here. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, and hopefully we can get back to this soon and find out just what the hell's going on in LA in the 20s. Weird shit. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Weird shit indeed. I mean, if it's one of my games, it has to be weird shit. It's kind of a guarantee. Yeah, man, I'm excited to get to what's left of this story. I'm gonna refrain from adding, not anything, but too much. I'll refrain from adding too much to what I have. Shut up. Yeah, this is great. Much love, Jason, as always, man. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Mike.
So it was fun to learn that it's not just dice; it's just games in general. So part for the course. I love being a part of your games, man. I should need to do this kind of thing more often. But I get my daily dose like weekly, so it is not as conducive, I guess. But since I don't have anything to plug for myself because I'm not on the internet, I'm going to spend my time to plug Jeremy. So this beautiful man has 997 subscribers right now on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, please go hit that button. If you are, tell one of your friends to go hit the button. So let's get that into the quadruple digits. That would be amazing. And I just learned about this wonderful thing called Ko-Fi right in the middle of the screen right now. I had no idea about it, and Jeremy is too awesome to ever mention it. So it is on the screen. It's right there. Just go ahead and check that out and see what we can do about supporting this wonderful, wonderful man.
Buy this man a coffee.
I love you.
I love you, brother. Thank you very, very much, Mike. And at least you whip my ass every single time at Terraforming Mars.
I mean, I have my strong suits. Tabletop games are not one of them. Board games, another story.
Oh, yeah, man. It's nice to see again. Even if you've got it wrong, you're at least consistent.
Hey, and as long as you have a good time and you're good.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I love having you at the table, Mike. Is you're such a good player, and you're absolutely 100% willing. If your character is going to suffer, then you're just going to lean into it and make it a hell of a story, at the very least. Which is, again, it's just one of the things that makes you such a great player. And thank you for the shout out for the channel and for the Ko-Fi. I appreciate that a ton, man.
So what you're saying is he's a masochist like the rest of us.
I mean, there's a reason why I collect people who no.
Hey, it's just one more way of showing that I don't cheat at games, and I'll take it all
absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. But again, these stories revolve around conflict. That's what it's about, and overcoming that conflict is sweeter whenever that conflict is fucking painful. So I'm so happy that makes you all happy. Yeah, right.
Until Clara and I don't get that last ace out.
Yep. Well, we'll have to see what happens, I guess. Yeah, thank all of you very, very much for being such wonderful players. Again, to everybody who is out there, thank you so very much for watching this game, whether you managed to catch it live with us this evening or whether you might be watching it at some point later down the road. It is very appreciated that you stopped by and gave us your time. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. Again, go check out the Aces Out rules for yourself at the link that's provided down below. To reiterate what Mike said, if you enjoyed what you saw here, go ahead and do the things that YouTube loves for you to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the link, etc., etc. If you wish to go to Ko-Fi, please do so. Ko-Fi, coffee, whatever. That's fantastic. I'm also available for hire through StartPlaying.games. I think is the official link. Should be in the description. If anybody has a link in this video, please take the time to go check it out and show them some love. Tell them that I sent you. I would appreciate that greatly. What else? Oh, kindness is a free action. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind to someone, and right now the world needs a lot of that. There's a lot of cruelty that is being freely given all over, and kindness helps combat that. So be nice, be kind. It literally costs you nothing, and sometimes it can mean everything to another person. So yeah, I love all of you very, very much. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and until next time, may your dice roll high and your snacks always be within reach.